It's football time in East Central Ohio. From ABC Sports and WYLE Cambridge, 107.9, 98.5, NASH Icon. Now it's time to head to the field for tonight's game.
Good evening. Welcome to Week 9 of high school football on ABC Sports. This week, the Meadowbrook Colts have traveled to Southtown to take on the Maysville Panthers in a Muskingum Valley League small school division game. I'm Dave Hilliard along with my partner Mike Snively. We've got all the action right here on NASH Icon 98.5, 107.9, as well as a free live video stream on YRP TV tonight. And Mike Snively with me, and if you've listened to Mike before, you may not think that doesn't sound like Mike. Mike's struggling through a little bit of a laryngitis thing going on, but he is toughing it out. He's here tonight. Mike, you're my Meadowbrook expert. You've seen him play. You teach there. So tell us what to expect out of the Colts tonight.
Well, I think first and foremost, Meadowbrook, they're in a must-win situation. If they win their last two, they're probably going to sneak in the playoffs. A win tonight, and they go 1-1 out of the last two. It's going to be very tough to get in.
Yes, very much so.
So tonight's a must-win, as will be next week. But Meadowbrook's going to have to establish the run tonight. In the 4 games they've won, they've rushed for over 100 yards and had comfortable wins.
Right.
And additionally, they were able to stop the run, and that's what they would love to do. And the 4 games they did not stop the run, they did not win. So everything's going to deal with the run game, and we know how well they pass it, but they do have to develop a run game tonight and stop the run on defense.
You can't just be one-dimensional. That's the whole aspect
Right.
there. So they've got to be able to do both, and they've certainly able to throw the football. Justice Huey has had a record-setting season at quarterback.
He's almost at 6,000 yards for the season. He is Meadowbrook's all-time leading passer by far, and he threw it 50 times last week. He was 34 for 50, but he hit 7 different receivers last week, and it's always somebody different. And they're without the services of their best receiver, Nick Norman, who's out with a knee injury for the rest of the season. But Braden Black out of the backfield caught 9 passes last week. Braylon Lowry stepped up and caught 9 passes last week. Bentley Seedor, who's kind of like their lead guy, only caught 1 pass last week. So I look for Bentley Seedor, the sophomore, to come up and have a big night, and they go to him a little more often tonight.
Well, I think it's really interesting, Mike. These two teams have only met 3 times on the football field in their history. Meadowbrook has won 2 of those games, and they won a very close game at Maysville last year, 20-17. So I'm thinking, again, we're going to see a pretty competitive football game between these two teams.
Yeah, the games have been competitive, except for the second game in the series wasn't too competitive.
Right.
But last year was a competitive game. It was week 1 last year. I remember having a game with Dave Davidson, and it came down to the wire last year. So talking with the defensive coordinator for the Colts, he is real worried about this game. He says their record does not reflect their competitiveness, and he's just, like I said, he wants to get that run stopped right away. Another
thing that's really interesting to me is we usually in our pregame broadcast, we don't highlight the kickers, but the kickers, that's an interesting aspect of tonight's football game, because Matthew Harper from Maysville, the young man can just flat out kick the football. I've seen him the last couple of seasons. You were here with me as they let him try a 55-yarder earlier in the season. He's got the leg for it. On the other side of the coin, we got Haley Arnold kicking extra points for the Meadowbrook Colts. First girl to ever score for Meadowbrook in football. And then there's another secret weapon, so to speak, here. A kicker, and you say, as you teach there, he's from Florida?
Yeah, his family's originally from the Rolling Hills district.
Okay.
And they just moved back from Ocala, Florida just a few weeks ago. He became eligible last week, and that's Braden Jones, and Braden will handle the kickoff duties. And we saw him in warm-up nailing 45-yarders.
I mean, he has a nice leg on him, too. So that's an interesting aspect to the game, because you see so many high school games where they're struggling to find somebody that can just kick the ball more than 20 yards on a kickoff. We've got an interesting aspect to the kicking game in this football game tonight. For the Maysville Panthers, this is my 6th broadcast of the Maysville Panthers this year. And they've played well a couple times, and they've got a couple of wins, but it's been mainly a struggle. Last week, I was over at West End. West End got the better of them, 43-0, in a game that just West End controlled from the opening kick to the very end of it. And it was just one of those where West Em, I came away very impressed with West Em as my first look at them this year. They're a good football team, but boy, Maysville had a lot of trouble. They couldn't run the football. They couldn't throw the football against them. And, of course, now I will say West Em has shut out 3 straight opponents. So good defensive team there, but they've really struggled. I'm going to be interested to see what happens tonight. As I told you, we were watching the pregame. Matthew Harper, who the kicker we were talking about, is also a quarterback. And he hasn't played. He's had various injuries. He hasn't played as quarterback this season, but we saw him taking snaps in the pregame. So there's a possibility he might take snaps as a quarterback tonight, but it's mainly been Cade Rock. We also see Gator Nichols, his first year playing football. We all know he's a basketball player, but he is a really good athlete. We saw Gator opening kickoff here against Lakewood. He took it back almost for a touchdown, 80-yard kick return. Then we saw him return a punt for a touchdown in that same game. So Gator's got some skills. He plays in the defensive backfield too. He just reads the passer, tries to be where the ball is, and he's good at it because he's athletic. Got to mention we've got sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Valentine Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, WB Green Insurance, Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, Rogers Company, Guernsey County Sportsmen's Association, West 40 Auto Sales, People's Bank, Allen Hunter State Farm, Doane Ford, Shriver's Pharmacy, Great Clips of Zanesville, Bicon Services, and Bruner Land Company, all sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Also got to throw in there Plus One Pizza. They're sponsoring a player of the game. That'll be on the Meadowbrook side of things. And we've got a Lock 9 Pizza player of the game, and Mike Snively and I are fans of Lock 9 Pizza.
Fans of both things you've just mentioned, Plus One and Lock
9. Well, we like
Pizza.
We're guys. We like pizza.
We love pizza. And I think the next thing you're going to mention is also a place I do a lot of business with, too.
Great Clips of Zanesville?
Great Clips, yeah.
Great Clips of Zanesville?
Yeah.
All right. We certainly appreciate it. We got a Great Clips, Great Play of the Game that we'll be awarding here that gets a free haircut. And then Plus One Pizza and Lock 9 each give a pizza for the player of the game for their respective schools. So we certainly appreciate all of those sponsors, and of course our pizza sponsors tonight. I'm sure the kids that win those awards, they certainly appreciate that as well. Coming into this game, as we mentioned, Maysville struggled last week. They got beat 43-0. New Lex basically handled Meadowbrook last week, 41-19. The week prior to that, though, Meadowbrook victorious over Coshocton. And then the week before that, a game that really surprised me as Meadowbrook took down John Glenn 21-17 in a game that they scored at the very end of the football game with maybe 16 seconds left or something like that to beat John Glenn. And that basically knocked John Glenn out of the playoff picture.
Knocked John Glenn out and propelled Meadowbrook to the point where they are now, because obviously Meadowbrook, a Division 5 team, beating a Division 3 team that's probably going to have 5, 6, or 7 wins this year. That's worth a lot of points, but that basically did knock John Glenn out.
Well, also tonight on AVC Sports, Shenandoah visits Barnesville. That's on 93.5 WBNV, and also YRP TV. John Glenn is at Philo. That's on WILE 97.7 and YRP TV. Toronto visits the Caldwell Redskins. Caldwell fighting for a playoff spot as well. That game is on KC 105 tonight.
And you know what? The one thing about that Caldwell game, that could be the last football game at the Noble County Fairgrounds. Because they are getting a new stadium. So I talked to a couple Caldwell people today, and it will be very sentimental down there to say the least.
Yes, it will. And as Mike pointed out, we're getting ready for our opening kickoff. Our kickoff's tonight sponsored by Valentine Insurance. If we have scoreboard updates, we try to get to the scores for you. Those scoreboard updates are sponsored by Bradley Lynn team with First Ohio Home Finance. And as Mike pointed out, the recently eligible Braden Jones, he is going to kick off for the Colts. And we'll be interested to see how far he can kick down the field. He up to the ball, and this game is underway. Our Valentine Insurance kickoff, and it's going to be caught down at the 17-yard line. That's Nichols. He's coming across to his left, now cuts back to his right, gets to the 25, and he is brought down there. And we'll get our first look at the Maysville offense as they set up shop from their own 25-yard line.
Freshman number 34, Blake Lappert, on the tackle for the Colts, who do a pretty good job right there getting the ball inside the 30-yard line, holding Maysville inside the 30.
And to answer the quarterback question, I already see Matthew Harper out here in a receiver spot. So it is going to be Cade Rock. He's been the quarterback throughout the season for the Maysville Panthers. He's got Will Height, and he also has number 7 in the backfield with him, Cohen Llewellyn. And Llewellyn's going to get the first carry of the game, and he tries to get to the corner. And he's tugged by the jersey, and they tried to drag him out of bounds, but didn't get it done. He gets across the 30-yard line to the 31, so a 5-yard pickup on first down for Cohen Llewellyn.
The initial contact there was by Braden Black, number 4, who kind of almost horse-collared him.
I think he was worried about that.
And I think he let go, and which was probably a smart move on Braden's part.
I think you're right. Second down now for the Maysville Panthers, just underway here in Southtown. Cade Rock at the quarterback spot, and he's going to hand it off again right up the middle of the field, and it's going to be across the 35 to the 38-yard line, and that is going to be a first down, and that was number 7 again, Cohen Llewellyn, and he gets it all the way to the 39, an 8-yard pickup, and that is a first down, and that is a WB Green Insurance first down for the Maysville Panthers, and they move the chains on their very first series of the football game.
So if you're Maysville, exactly what you want, how you wanted to start the game. Meadowbrook, on the other hand, 2 plays, 12 yards on the ground.
2 running plays, and there's going to be a third. Llewellyn again, right up the middle of the field. He's going to be stood up at the 45-yard line, but that's going to be another 6-yard pickup. And they're feeding Llewellyn early here. Last week, Logan Wilhite, he carried the ball quite a bit for the Maysville Panthers. And in that traditional wing tee, Mike, you see quite a few people touch the football.
You do.
And although he's not strictly a coach that does, Coach Craig Clark is strictly a wing tee guy, but it's been a pretty tight formation. He hasn't spread the field out yet at all. And again, it looks like he's going to run the football. He puts Llewellyn in motion, and he's going to hand it this time to Wilhite. And Wilhite is met in the hole, and it's going to be a very short pickup, maybe a couple yards.
I'm going to give him one there, Dave. But last week against New Lexington, Carson Kellogg ran for 192 against this Colt defense, and they've got to shore up that box area against Maysville.
It's third down now for the Panthers. They're facing their first third down of the game. Third and short, only need about 3 here. Rock, as Maysville does, he stays basically in that pistol formation. He's going to toss it out to the left side, and he's got the corner, and that's Wilhite. And he basically outflanked the defense and got it across midfield, and that's going to be another WB Green Insurance first down to midfield.
So no passing yet by Maysville, and I think they like what they're doing. They're controlling the clock. They're keeping Meadowbrook's potent offense off of the field, and that clock's just ticking. And first downs and 3 yards, well, we can say 4 yards in a cloud of dust so far in this one.
Yes, it has been. A little bit different formation now. 2 receivers wide. To the left side of the formation, that was Owen Resnick and Gator Nichols on the left side, and there is a penalty, and I didn't quite catch what the white hat said. Illegal procedure. Looks like the call.
Anytime that the official calls illegal procedure from where he's standing, it's either the center or guard flinched.
So that's going to cost the Panthers 5 yards now, first down and 15 from their own 45. Rock going to hand it off again. And it's Wilhite straight ahead, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards. You're going to get to the 48-yard line. Positive gain, but still, that penalty has put him behind the chains, Mike. It's second down and 12 from the 48.
And this is not the position Maysville offense wants to be. Now, Meadowbrook defense right there, that's when they're their best. 4 or 5 guys to the football, and that's exactly what they did there.
This time, Rock going to come up under center. A little change in the formation there. And they're going to hand it on a little counter to Wilhite, and he is brought down in the backfield. A nice play. That was number 18, Landon Kuhn. And Mike, you picked him out in the pregame. You said you're going to call Landon Kuhn in on some tackles, and he was right there.
Yeah, Landon's been outstanding this year. Been playing with a chip on his shoulder all year. Very aggressive, very physical, and continues his stellar play right there.
That's a loss of 3 back to the 45. So 3rd and 15 now for the Panthers. And this is not a down and distance that you want to be in if you're Maysville. play clock down to 13 seconds, now 12. They get up to the line of scrimmage. Rock in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. And he's going to put a receiver in motion to the right, and he's open, and he throws it. It's caught at the midfield, across the 45 to the 40, and knocked out inside the 40. That looked like Cohen Llewellyn.
That's exactly who it was. That was Llewellyn. He needed
15, and he got it.
He got about 18.
He got that plus, so he's down now at the 39-yard line. And another WB Green Insurance first down for the Maysville Panthers. This first drive, time-consuming here, Mike, as we
standing coverage there by the Colts.
Very
defenders.
good coverage, yes. There really wasn't anywhere to throw it, so it's a good thing he really kind of overthrew it and out of bounds. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Panthers at the 39-yard line of Meadowbrook. Rock in that pistol formation, and he's going to hand it off to Wilhite. Wilhite bounces it out to the right side, and he keeps his feet moving. I thought they had him down, but he made a man miss, and he gets all the way down to the 22-yard line. A 17-yard pickup.
I tell you, Llewellyn is having a fantastic first drive.
Yes,
35
he is.
yards on 4 carries, running the ball hard. And I agree with you, Dave. I thought initially the Colt defender made a great play and took him down for about a gain of 4.
12th play of the drive here to start the game for Maysville. Clock moving.
Like a good neighbor should. Call Island Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
High school football
from ABC Sports
and WILE Cambridge, 107.9 Cambridge, 98.5 Zanesville, NASH Icon.
Just a beast out there, defensive end for the Colts.
And that's going to bring up 2nd and long. Maysville to the line of scrimmage. Cade Rock runs the show for the Panthers, 2nd and 10. And he looks to his left again. He's got a man across the middle of the field, but just a little bit high. And I think Iden was anticipating getting hit, too.
I think so, too, if.
That might keep you from wanting to catch the ball across the middle of the field.
If that ball's down another foot, that's probably a touchdown.
He might have had a better chance at it. So, again, 3rd down now for the Panthers. And they are in one of those down and distances that's been tough for them this year, but they did a nice job on their first drive until they got all the way down to the 2 and were unable to convert a 4th and short.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him roll to his left again.
They really seem like they've got something going on the left, and that is a backward pass, more or less a running play that goes to Wilhite, and Wilhite turns upfield, and he gets across the 20-yard line down to the 19, but that's going to bring up a 4th down, and it'll be interesting to see what the Panthers do. And here comes number 2, Matthew Harper, onto the field. So it looks like we're going to have a field goal attempt. Matthew putting his tee down at the 26-yard line.
Well, we know he has the leg for it.
We know he's got the leg for it. This is going to be a 36-yard field goal. Matthew Harper on to try the 36-yarder, and it's definitely in his wheelhouse. And we'll see how he progresses with this kick. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it's a rocket. And it is no good. It's off to the left. But, man, that came off his foot. That was a rocket. Unfortunately, he pulled it a little bit to the left. Tough. He was on the left hash mark, right, Mike, and that's a little bit maybe a tough angle for him. So a missed field goal. And now Maysville got to be kicking themselves. A couple of missed opportunities here in the first quarter, Mike.
Meadowbrook's dodged a few bullets, so now Meadowbrook's only ran 3 plays in this quarter, and we're at 2:03 in the first quarter.
2:03 to go. Meadowbrook with their 2nd possession of the game. Justice Huey, he's in the backfield in that pistol formation, sets a man in motion, and he's going to hand it off. Straight ahead across the 20 to the 24 or 23-yard line.
That was Braden Black again.
And good call. That was Braden Black.
Dave, we were talking earlier. The last 3 weeks I've had the camouflage jerseys from the Army Reserve with the black numbers where we could not see anything. This is such a delight tonight.
So you're really happy that they just have the white jerseys on.
Absolutely, yes.
Meadowbrook's in Maysville's in all blue, and there's another handoff. And straight ahead, trying to fight for yardage and getting out to the 28-yard line.
That's going to be Braden Black again.
And Black just short of the first down. And that's going to bring up 3rd and short now for Meadowbrook. They're searching for their initial first down of the football game. Huey sets a man in motion to the right. High snap. He brings it down, and he keeps it, and he is brought down in the backfield, a loss. And I can't help but think, Mike, with the high snap might have thrown the timing of the play off a little bit.
I think without a doubt. I think that was going to be a handoff, but Huey panicked just a little bit, wanted to make sure he secured the football. So this will be an interesting call here for Coach Norman, whether he's going to punt, and he may line up and try to draw this team off sides.
So 4th down from the 24-yard line, and they're lining up. And this is one, if you've got an experienced quarterback, you try to draw the team off.
Huey could also back up, take 2 steps back, and quick kick this thing.
Clendenning had a nice punt, and they're going to put a man in motion. Looks like they're serious about going for it, and they are. And Huey looked like he was a little surprised, but it's thrown out into the flat, and that's going to be short of the first down, even if it was caught. And it was not. He was looking for Michael Ray in the right flat, and it looked to me, Mike, like the offensive line was in disbelief that the ball was snapped.
I agree. There was some miscommunication there. Huey, I think, thought he was the only one that was ready to run the play. In fact, a couple of receivers got it off to a slow start there too as well. Even if he does catch the ball. There's still
he was short. Yeah, he was
anyway.
definitely short. So first down, Maysville again inside Meadowbrook Colt territory. There's only 16 seconds left to play in the first quarter, and we still have no score. Meadowbrook has now run 7 plays from scrimmage. And they're going to hand it off to Will Height, and he darts across the 25 to the 23-yard line. And that is probably going to be the end of our first quarter. A 4-yard pickup from Will Height will end our first quarter. So we will take a quick break here. We've got no score in Southtown. Maysville nothing, Meadowbrook nothing. You're watching and listening to high school football, brought to you by AVC Sports.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Looking to buy land? Do you want 5 acres or more, say up to 50 acres? Bruner Land Company off I-77 Vocational Road, Byesville has land for sale. Buy acreage in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. Bruner Land Company has 500 tracts of land to choose from and creative financing for buyers. When it's land you want to buy, it's Bruner Land Company you should call. Bruner
Maysville facing a 2nd and 6 from the Meadowbrook 23-yard line. And a pitch back to the right side, and he's going to throw it, Gator Nichols, and he's got a man downfield, and that's Matthew Harper. So Nichols takes the pitch from his quarterback, and he throws it downfield, and he gets Harper down at the 12-yard line for an 11-yard pickup, and that is a first down for the Maysville Panthers. Another WB Green Insurance first down. And Maysville's been down here, but they have come away empty so far. So right now, 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
Usually your halfback pass is more of a big hitter. This one was just an out pattern, but it was effective.
Yeah, just a little out, but it was effective. Exactly right. Rock under center. Man in motion, they run a counter back to Nichols. Nichols, though, stood up at the line of scrimmage. He might have got one. And he did get a yard, so that's going to be at the 11.
That's Nichols' 5th carry on the night, but he has 0 yards because, I tell you, that's one thing the Colts have done defensively tonight. They have had their eyes on Gator Nichols. So
Nichols, an athlete, just has a knack for sports, and he really did a nice job. He's run some kicks back. He's done a lot of really good things for the Panthers all season long. So for somebody that really has not played on the football team until his junior year. This time a toss back to number 7. That was to Cohen Llewellyn. I wanted to say Kalen. And he swung around the left side, and he got a nice positive pickup down to the 6-yard line, a 5-yard gain. And here we go, Mike. We're probably in 2-down territory, I would assume, again.
Just because of where the angle is right now on that left hash. But Llewellyn, on the other hand, he has 40 yards on 5 carries, so he's having quite the opening half here for the Panthers.
Panthers to the line of scrimmage. Second quarter action just underway. Rock straight back, throws it in the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. He finds Landon Iden on a slant, and he connects with Iden for a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Panthers are on the scoreboard, Mike.
That was a strike to Iden, and that was a very good play call. Nice quick slant there, and Iden got his hands up, made a nice play on the ball. Touchdown Panthers.
Boy, that was a great throw. I mean, he put some zip on that one.
Great throw, great catch.
And Matthew Harper in for the extra point try. Going to be set down at the 10-yard line, and we've got whistles and flags, and we will see what is going to transpire here. There was
your first flag of the game tonight, Dave.
And
I take that back. It'll be the second.
Not sure what's going on there. They're not marking off any yardage in terms of a penalty.
I'm not sure why it was whistled.
I'm not sure why it was whistled dead.
I'm gonna guess an equipment issue. Maybe somebody didn't have a mouthpiece in or something.
That could be the situation. This time the snap is down. The hold was good, and the kick was good as well. That's going to make our score Maysville 7, Meadowbrook nothing here with 10:30 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break. This is high school football brought to you by AVC Sports.
It's that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
Second quarter action here at Southtown, the Maysville Athletic Complex. A beautiful place to watch a football game. Just a spectacular sunset and just a nice crowd. It's senior night. And again, we appreciate the fine folks here at Maysville and the way they have treated us all season long here in our broadcasts. We certainly appreciate their hospitality, and they have been great hosts as their Panthers have taken a 7-0 lead here early in the second quarter. Meadowbrook, frankly, they just haven't had many plays from scrimmage in good field position, Mike.
Just 7 plays.
And there's another Valentine Insurance kickoff, and this one's caught down at the 16-yard line, brought up across the 15, 25, 30, 35-yard line.
And that was Braylon Lowry on the return.
Lowry on the return. Good head of steam as he caught the football, and he got it up across the 35-yard line, maybe to the 36. And that's Meadowbrook's best field position by far in this football game.
Yeah, just 7 plays for Meadowbrook. This is a team that has an explosive offense. They threw it 50 times, completed 34 last week, 0 for 3 tonight.
If the other team's playing keep away, it's kind of tough to run plays and get to throw the football. Huey now in that shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. He's going to throw it to his left, and he's got his man, and it's caught at the 35. Wiggles ahead across the 40. That's number 6, Michael Ray. And that's going to be a 4-yard pickup to the 40-yard line.
Now, Huey can get in a rhythm here, and that's probably what the Meadowbrook coaching staff's going to try to do. They're going to try to get him in a rhythm. Pretty soon he'll be throwing it down the middle of the field, and that's when he's in the best rhythm.
And he's got, again, same formation, really. 3 receivers to the left. This time he's going to put Michael Ray in motion to the right. Fakes the handoff, and he throws it out into the left flat, and almost just a little bit short of that first down. That was Landon Kuhn. He gets to the 45, a 5-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 3rd and short. Meadowbrook still looking for their initial first down of the football game.
Yeah, Kuhn is going to be the guy for the Colts who catches the tough passes across the middle.
Tight formation this time. Huey in the shotgun. He's got 1 running back. He puts Kuhn in motion. Kuhn's going to block. It's a handoff straight ahead, and that is going to be the first down of the football game for the Meadowbrook Colts.
Fourth carry tonight for Braden Black. He has 11 yards, and that's going to be the first down, as Dave just said.
Black gets it to the 48-yard line, and quickly Meadowbrook, as they enjoy a WB Green Insurance first down. Huey wanted to throw it to his right. Now he's got a man down the middle of the field and just overthrows him. Huey looked to his right and then came back to the left side, looking for Lowry down that left side, but incomplete. They got up to the line quickly, Mike. They were trying to catch Maysville unprepared.
Maysville was ready to go there.
But as you said, they were ready to go. Good defensive pass coverage there by the Panthers. And we're going to stop the clock, and we're sending somebody out of the game. It's got to be an equipment issue
It
because
has to be.
they don't make him come out unless there's an equipment issue. So, and I mean, the official waved him, basically said, get off the field.
That was Jarek Winland that they, and I see they are attending to his helmet right now on the sideline.
2nd and 10 now from the 48. Huey's got a screen set up to the left side, and it gets across the 50. Down to the 40, inside the 40. And he got Braden Black set up on that screen to the left side, and that is another WB Green Insurance first down for Meadowbrook as Black gets it down to the 38-yard line.
Last week, Braden Black caught 4 of those type of passes against New Lex.
Nice screen. They set it up well. Trips receivers to the right. And again, we've got officials stopping play. I thought I heard a buzzer.
I thought I heard the buzzer from the scoreboard go off as well.
I thought I heard a buzzer in the background, and I think that's what threw the officials off as well. Number 54, Noah Jarju, comes out of the game for Meadowbrook. He is a very important member of the defense, but he just checked out of the football game.
Now, official did pick up a flag on the Meadowbrook. It's going to be a clock issue. So
8:40 to go here in the second quarter. Maysville leads this game 7-0.
8:54, so they put 15 seconds or 14
okay,
seconds.
they put some time back on the clock. And Huey going to hand it off, a little jet sweep there for Black, and he's going to turn upfield and get across the 35.
Black made a really good move to cut that thing inside.
Yes, he did. He got it going north and south quickly and picked up, it looks like, about 6 yards. 2nd down for the Colts and 4. They trail in this game 7-0. Clock moving, 8:15 to play in the second quarter. Huey back in that shotgun, and I'm sure we will see him all night long. And he's going to hand it off again. Looks like the same play going the other direction this time, though.
Colton Snyder on the carry.
That was Colton Snyder on the carry. Different ball carrier, and he turns it up and gets it to the 30-yard line. And again, 3rd down and very short for the Colts. And I would assume, Mike, I haven't seen him, but I think Coach Norman is somebody that likes to use all 4 downs.
Yes, it's from anywhere on the field.
Right at the 30-yard line. And there is another stop and play from the White Hat. Not sure what is going on there, and
This is like the 3rd player that's been sent off the field. I don't know if it's because of equipment.
That time it was Kuhn who was in motion. They stopped play and just sent him off to the sideline.
Just said, keep running.
Same formation, different player now in motion as number 13, Jacob Burns. Huey looks down, he fires, and it's a little bit high and incomplete. Huey upset with himself that he didn't complete that when he's jumping up and down there at the 36.
Huey knew that was a pitch and catch, and he just overthrew the receiver.
He had his man, but just a little bit high, and he couldn't bring it in. So now 4th down, and as we mentioned, Coach Norman, somebody that likes to go for 4th down. He went for it earlier from deep in his own territory. This time,
we think he went for it.
Yeah, we think he went for it.
It might have been Justice Huey going for it. Or the center.
Yeah, or the center. It didn't look like too many people on the Meadowbrook offense knew they were going for it. Tight formation this time for the Colts. Huey, though, in the shotgun. And they're going to stop it, play again.
It's going to be a timeout, Meadowbrook.
And this time it is going to be a timeout called. Boy, it seems like every time there's going to be a play run, then all of a sudden it stopped for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm not real sure. This officiating crew must be ticky-tacky with the equipment.
Flow not good in this one. Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance, our scoreboard update sponsor, and I'll give you some scores quickly. Toronto leads Caldwell 14-7 in the second quarter. Newcomerstown 12, Strasburg 7. That's in the second quarter. Ridgewood leads Claymont 14-7 in the second quarter. First quarter score, John Glenn 14, Philo nothing. That's down at Philo. And a big game in the big school division of the MVL tonight. Tri-Valley leads Sheridan 7-0. That's in the second quarter as well. Barnesville all over the Shenandoah Zeps, Mike, 35-0 in the second quarter.
Speaking of teams that can make a run in Region 19, Division 5, there's one, Barnesville.
Waterford leads Trimble 14-6. Garraway up 27-0 in the first quarter on Sandy Valley. And again, Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance, our scoreboard update sponsor. Fourth down now for Meadowbrook. A tight formation. Kuhn comes in, probably to block. Huey still got the football. He's flushed out of the pocket, and they're going to bring him down all the way back at the 40. They did not go for the fake handoff. Huey in trouble, under pressure, and he goes down with a big loss. And they're going to turn it over on downs again, Mike.
Well, I think Meadowbrook thought that with the play fake, they thought they were going to surprise the secondary of Maysville, and the receivers were actually double teamed in some cases. So Huey had nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go with it. Great coverage by Maysville, and they take over on their 39-yard line, and they possess the lead and the football. It's 7-0 here, 7:17 to play in this second quarter. And their recipe for success has been to run the football tonight. And then they did connect on a touchdown pass. And Rock's going to hand the ball off this time to number 11, Landon Iden, who turns the corner and he gets across midfield. Nice run from Landon Iden, taking it all the way down inside the 45-yard line of Meadowbrook to the 42. Little jet sweep action and a nice pickup of 19 yards.
I've been impressed with Iden tonight. He's quick. He's got good hands. Can do a little bit of everything.
And that's another WB Green Insurance first down for the Maysville Panthers. There again, as they seem to be all night, they're in Meadowbrook territory, Mike, at the 42-yard line.
And I'm sure they're not in any hurry.
First and 10. Handoff straight ahead. And he's going to find a little bit of running room to the 39-yard line. And that's Gator Nichols at the bottom of the pile with the football. And we'll give him 3 yards on a first down to bring up 2nd and 7 for Maysville. Clock moving, 6:47 to play in the second quarter. Maysville enjoys a 7-0 lead in this one. Maybe a little bit of a surprise to start the football game here.
Meadowbrook not showing a lot of emotion right now.
They've come out a little flat, and then they haven't got to run that many plays on offense, Mike. That's
right, and that's their ammo.
Rock's going to fake it. He's going to throw it out into the left flat. He's got his man, and he's going to be brought down immediately on a nice defensive play. That was, again, to Iden. The completion was made, but only able maybe to pick up a yard after he caught the football. A nice defensive coverage there as they converge on Iden, and they bring him down at the 37.
I haven't had a Cade Rock game since week 2. You and I had the Lakewood game.
Right.
He's improved immensely at the quarterback position, throwing the ball nicely.
He just seems a lot more confident in what he's doing.
Does.
So he's growing into the position as the season has gone on, and he's going to hand it off to Wilhite. Wilhite trying to find some room on the right side, and Meadowbrook does a nice job of stringing him out and not letting him turn the corner. As a matter of fact, maybe lost a yard. Nope, they're going to mark him right at the 37. So no gain, and that's fourth down now for Maysville. And this is a gray area here. Do you go for it or not? I mean, they've got a kicker, but
that's still going to be
a long one.
It's still going to be a 53-yarder. So let's see if, once again, they try to get the Colts to jump off sides first, and then maybe they do run a play.
That seems to be the Maysville MO. They like to try to draw people offside. Iden is going into motion, and boy, it almost worked. The left defensive end moved, but didn't move quite enough, and that is going to be the third timeout for Maysville. So Coach Clark probably going to have a little discussion, see what he wants to do here, if he's going to go for it or kick the football away.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try a field goal. I would think they're going to go for it.
Again, Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance. Our scoreboard updates. Licking Valley leads Mount Vernon 21-6. Fort Fry and Warren, no score in that one in the first quarter. West Muskingum, they keep rolling. They're leading Coshocton 15-0. That's in the second quarter. And in a battle of two winless teams, Morgan leads Riverview in the second quarter 41-0.
Oh, boy.
So Morgan looks like they're on their way to win number 1 of the season.
41-0 in the second quarter.
Indian Valley up on Tuscaroras Valley 35-0. That's in the second quarter. Danville and Fredericktown tied at 7 apiece. New Lex up 18-3 on Crooksville. Another Perry County battle. Buckeye Trail leads East Canton 12-3. Monroe Central all over Frontier 42-0. That in the second quarter. And Granville leading Zanesville 25-0. That is a second quarter score as well. Fourth down here, and there was a lot of movement going on.
Once again, one of the interior linemen, a guard or a center, flinched. And now the punt team's going to come on.
And that's going to step them back 5 yards to the 42. And now they're definitely bringing on the punt unit for Maysville. Now,
if you're Meadowbrook right now, you think if we go down and score, tie this thing up, we get the ball to start the second half.
Carson Larimer in punt formation, and you are exactly right, Mr. Snively. If they can make something happen here before the half and then get the football, they're in business. And a nice rush, but a good kick, and it's going to be a fake to catch down at the 10, and it rolled right past him and went into the end zone. A nice job by the returner. Faked out the Maysville coverage team. The ball bounces into the end zone, so they're going to get it on their own 20.
So the Colts trying to get something going here offensively, but you got to credit the blue and gold. They've been defending this high potent offense very well tonight.
As you point out, Mike, the coverage has been very good.
It has been. And the pass rush has been adequate, just enough. They've got the Huey twice tonight, sacked him twice.
Huey now got a couple of running backs in the backfield with him. Everybody going to look over to the sideline, though, to get the play call. Two receivers to the left side, and we're going to stop play again.
He's pointing to another guy, the official, the white hat. No flags were thrown.
I don't think I've seen him stop play this often for no flag.
Now the other official goes over and talks to Coach Clark about something. It's going to be a timing thing. They want 4:32 on the clock.
They want 4:32. That's 7 seconds, really important right now in the scheme of things.
Yes, so this is the second time we've had the clock reset.
All right, we're reset. We're ready to go. Second quarter, 4:32 to play. Huey fires out into the right side, and he's got his man. He caught, had to dive for it. Huey's been off the mark a little bit tonight, Mike, and I think that kept Bentley Cedar from getting any more yardage. He had to fully extend to get the football.
But a really good catch there by Cedar for 6 yards.
A very good catch for Cedar. Huey this time going to hand it off straight ahead, and he's going to get out to the 30-yard line, and that is going to be a WB Green Insurance first down. And I think that was Black on the carry.
Black, yes.
Yes, and it was. He got it out to the 31. That's a WB Green Insurance first down, and quickly to the line of scrimmage, and Huey throws it out into the left flat, and he connects with Landon Kuhn, but he is brought down immediately.
And that's something New Lex did last week. They stopped that bubble screen right now. They took that out of their scheme of things early in the game.
A nice job there by Maysville defending that little bubble screen, and that is actually a loss of 3 back to the 28-yard line. Pass complete, but a loss of 3 yards. And more, we get trips to the right this time. Huey looking to the right, and this could be double pass. Nope, he's going to keep it.
Michael Ray thought about throwing it, and once again, good coverage on the backside.
Yes, and I think that was the intention, because you and I said it at the same time, double pass. Instead, it ends up being a pickup back to the original line of scrimmage of 3 yards. And 3rd and 10 now for the Colts, and just over 3 minutes to go in the first half of this football game. Huey straight back, and he throws it, and it's knocked away. A nice defensive play there. Number 1, Owen Rusnick, knocking the football away.
Now, I did see a hand hooked on him, but you only see that in replay with college and pro.
Exactly.
Once the hand is wrapped around her hip, that's interference automatically at the next level.
And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Colts, and they are going to punt the football. High-powered offense has been kept off the scoreboard. Couple of things, the factors. Maysville's played really good defense, and they've also possessed the football.
Bingo. No doubt about it. Good point, Dave.
Glendenning is going to be back in punt formation again for the Colts.
And there's going to be a delay game.
Got a late, player coming in late, unless they called the timeout.
They did get the timeout in.
I think that you're right. They called the timeout. Meadowbrook going to punt the football away. There's 2:51 to play until halftime, and you know, you see see Maysville play, and you think, oh, they don't have the kind of offense that can score with very little time on the clock. However, against Coshocton took the lead late in the game, a minute and change to go, and Cade Rock took his team the length of the field and got a touchdown with about 12 seconds left to play to win that football game.
Well, I'm impressed with the way Rocks runs the football, and I'm impressed with the way he throws it. And with a target like Landon Iden out there and a weapon like Gator Nichols, I could see how they could be dangerous under 2 minutes.
Well, they're going to get the football back with 2 minutes and change left. They do not have any timeouts left, though.
They've used all three,
They've used them all. And Clendenning, boy, under a heavy rush, he gets the punt away, and it's going to hit at the 40 and roll all the way back to the 30, and I don't think Gator Nichols should have picked it up. And he is swarmed under. That could have been disaster if he fumbles the football.
I still do not know how the punt was not blocked.
From our angle, how did he miss it?
I thought he could have tackled Clendenning, the punter.
I heard the Maysville coaching staff here in the box to our right were pretty much incredulous.
Give it though. Ooh.
Yes, they did. Maysville now to take over on their 27-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Panthers, 2:40 to go. And the clock does stop a lot in high school football. Rock rolls to his right. Looks like it's an intended run all the way. And he gets across 30, puts his shoulder down, and gets all the way out to the 40-yard line. And he's going to pick up a WB Green Insurance first down. Picks up 13 yards on a first down run from Cade Rock.
That was a run all the way by Rock. He just stuck his head down there and leveled his way in for 13.
Lowered his shoulder and picked up about 5 extra ones there on that one. Meadowbrook trying to get set. Rock going to hand it off right up the middle, and that's Will Height, and he fights his way to the 35-yard line, so a positive gain on first down, about 5. And there goes a late flag that gets thrown 20 yards into the air.
Well, unsportsmanlike on Meadowbrook.
And that's going to be, as you just said, we saw the point. And that is going to be a 15-yard mark off against the Colts. And just like that, Maysville in business as they get down to the Meadowbrook 40-yard line.
And it had to have been something that was said, not something that was done, because there was no pushing or shoving.
Didn't look like there was any extracurricular taking place. Somebody said one of those magic words, Mike.
That's all it takes sometimes.
Maysville sets up shop, 1st and 10 on the Meadowbrook 40-yard line. And they're going to run like that double handoff in the backfield. They get it to Nichols. Nichols turns the corner, and he runs out of bounds, and he is drilled by number 1, Braylon Lowry.
But be close to a first down.
Gator did pick up almost 10 yards.
See where they mark it, it's going to be really close.
It is really close, and where they've got it marked, that's a first, but now they move it back a yard.
Well, yeah, that makes a big difference.
That was going to be a first down where they had the ball set originally, but
they had it set on the 30.
And now they got clock issue again. We're resetting the play clock. 1:53 to go. Nichols did get out of bounds, so the clock is stopped. A tight formation. This is the traditional wing T, except the quarterback in the shotgun. And it's going to be a running play. Will Height darts across the 30-yard line, and he's going to have a WB Green Insurance first down at the 27.
Meadowbrook yet to contain this run game from Maysville.
Maysville now picking up the pace. Minute 32 in the clock running. Handoff again to Will Height. He tries the left side. He's going to put his head down and get across the 25 to the 23.
Well, we know that Maysville is going to be in field goal range for sure.
That's another 4-yard pickup. Missed an earlier field goal. Rock rolls to his left. He's going to throw it into the end zone. He's got a man out there, and that's going to be an interference call all the way. The ball was a little bit underthrown, and the receiver had to stop and kind of wait for it, and the defense basically just ran over him in the end zone.
I don't think Amani Lofton ever did turn his head to look for the ball. Maybe when it's all said and done, depending on how this drive goes, a smart play because he may have prevented the short touchdown.
He looked pretty wide open in the end zone. If I think Rock gets a little more air under it, it probably would be a touchdown. A yardage penalty, though, in high school. A spot foul, if that's in the NFL, they're marking that at the 2, I believe, isn't it?
Yes.
Instead, the penalty takes it down to the 11-yard line. And it's first down. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. And they're going to try the left side, turns the corner, and gets a couple of yards is Cohen Llewellyn. He gets it down inside the 10. Trying to see where they've got the football marked. And they've got it marked at the 8, so he picked up 3. 9th play of the drive for the Maysville Panthers. Rock going to roll to his right this time, and he's run it this time, and he's going to tuck it and run again, and he's hit, lowers his shoulder, and he is just short.
And they're going to have to hurry.
Now, the clock is going to stop because they got a first down.
Good point, Dave.
It looks like he did get the first down. He got it all the way down to the 1. And we've got a stoppage in play.
Imagine that.
By the white hat. And again, I bet we're going to reset the clock.
No, I did like your call there because Rock rolled to the right.
He did rock and roll to the right. You're exactly right. 28 seconds to play. Maysville, first and goal from the 1 inside the 1-yard line.
They put 5 seconds on the clock, so it's now 33 seconds.
33 seconds.
Third.
In a really tight formation. 3 people behind Rock in the backfield. And he fumbled the football.
Uh-oh.
The ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by Meadowbrook.
Wow.
A huge play as Maysville maybe got in a little bit of a hurry there, Mike, and they fumbled the football.
That's a game-changing play right there.
That is a game changer.
And they were fortunate. Maysville was fortunate. That thing laid out there for a while. The
Yes, it
Meadowbrook
did.
defender did not pick that thing up and take it to the house 95 yards.
Now, there's only 21 seconds to play. Maysville stuck on 7. It looked for sure, Mike, that they were going to stick it in the end zone there. But a huge fumble. Huey's got his feet on the goal line. It snapped up over his head. And he has to make a great play to bring it down. And now it's going to be marked all the way back at the 1, so a loss of 4 yards.
And I think both teams just want to get off the field right now and talk this over.
I think Meadowbrook now is saying, I don't think we're going to run another play from scrimmage. And that's going to be the end of our first quarter here in Southtown. Maysville Panthers, courtesy of a touchdown early in the second quarter, a 6-yard pass from Cade Rock to Landon Iden, and an extra point from Mr. Harper, Matthew Harper. They lead this game 7-0 at halftime, but Meadowbrook does get the ball first coming out of the locker room in the second half. Stay tuned to the AVC Sports Halftime Show. Brett Klein and myself on the AVC Sports Halftime Show, and we also will pick up our recap of what's happened here in the first half when we come back. This is high school football brought to you by AVC Sports.
Today is the day you make changes. the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at The Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
Custom Vehicles of Zanesville is the local spot for all car, truck, marine, and RV accessories. From remote starts, heated seats, stereo equipment, lift kits, WeatherTech products, tonneau covers, toolboxes, strobe lights, rhino lightings, Z-Bart rust proofing, and undercoating. If it can be found online, they can get it. Stop by their showroom today and see how they can use their expertise to enhance your vehicle. Your local real truck preferred dealer. Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, 3619 Old Falls Road, CustomVehiclesZAN.com. Introducing the 2021 Ford F-150 Super Cab XL 4x4, now available at Doane Ford. With very low miles, this truck is ready to tackle any job with its 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost engine and tow technology package. Enjoy a stylish look with the chrome appearance package and stay safe on the road with Ford Copilot 360 2.0 and auto high beam headlamps. Price to sell, it's an unbeatable deal. Don't miss out. Call Doane Ford 740-782-1965 or visit DoaneFord.com today.
There's something about a fresh haircut from the friendly, skilled stylists at Great Clips that just makes life, well, greater. The sun shines brighter. Your step feels springier. Even your jokes are funnier. And the best part? When you use Great Clips online check-in, you can get in for a haircut without having to rearrange your day or your budget. Download the app today and start feeling that much greater in just a few taps. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Hunters, shooters, and gun collectors, bring your whole family to an evening of fundraising and firearms at the Guernsey County Sportsman Association banquet on Saturday, October 19th. There will be lots of guns and merchandise and their raffles and live auction. 100% of the proceeds benefit local youth shooting sports groups. That's Saturday, October 19th at Jurassic Park. Doors open at 5. Tickets are just $50 for adults and $15 for youth 17 and under. For more information, call Scott 740-801-1900 or go to yssff.org.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client, you're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Shriver's Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Ohio high school sports, wishing all area athletes, coaches, and parents a healthy and successful season. When you play, play with heart. Local and independent since 1979. Shriver's Pharmacy, because we care.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 260-6699. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
Welcome to Week 9 of the ABC Sports Halftime Show. Brett, 9 weeks of high school football already. Can you believe that?
We are almost done, Dave, and next week is the final week of the regular season.
Yep, and we've got 4 games on the family of ABC stations tonight. Starting off, Shenandoah, the Zeps at the Rocks tonight.
Absolutely. So the Zeps started off the season 2-0, had wins against Edison, had wins against Shadyside.
Good start.
Since those first 2 weeks, 0-6.
That's been a rough go for them.
And Barnesville has continued their regular season winning streak. They pulled off a 30-point win, 44-14 against the Monroe Central Seminoles, which is available on yourradioplace.com. We had video and radio coverage of that. A very good game between the two. But Barnesville currently 8-0, so it's going to be tough for them to take a beat to the Zeps this week, I believe.
And Barnesville with that second longest regular season winning streak in the state of Ohio, so that's pretty impressive. Now, also we've got Meadowbrook at Maysville tonight on NASH Icon and also YRP TV. The Colts, if they've been up and down, to say the least, but they are 4-4 right now. It's the first time they've ever played each other as members of the small school division of the MVL, and they've only played 3 times overall, which I found that interesting. I thought maybe there had been a few more matchups in there, but Meadowbrook's won 2 of those, and including last year they beat Maysville 20-17 over in Byesville. We've also got John Glenn at Philo tonight. I think this is a very interesting matchup. That's on WILE 97.7 and also YRP TV. John Glenn, another team that's been up and down all season long. They're 5-3. Very well, they could have been 7-1 maybe at this point as well.
Yes.
But they are traveling down to Philo, and I think Philo presents problems because they can really run the football very well. So I think that's going to be interesting. Philo entering week 8 now on a 2-game losing streak. They had won 4 in a row, so they lost 2, won 4, lost 2. So it's kind of been a season of streaks for them. And a win against John Glenn would give the Electrics a winning season. So a lot on the line in that game. And then our last game, we've got Toronto at Caldwell tonight.
Yes, we do. So the Red Knights are going to come down. Caldwell, just about, like every other team in the area, they've been up and down. They're also 4-4. As we're looking at Philo and as we're looking at Caldwell, and we'll talk about here a little bit later, but we're looking at 2 potential playoff locks moving into the postseason. Caldwell, they start up the season a bit rocky, but then they've been able to pull off a handful of wins. They have a big game next week against the Zeps, and then Toronto coming in 6-2.
Good
I think
football team.
Right. I think it's going to be a close game. Red Knights, like I just mentioned, 6-2, and they've won their last 2 games very easily.
Yes.
They took down Buckeye Local and Conotton Valley, and we're going to see tonight kind of if the Redskins are ready to kick it into gear and make a run in these playoffs, or if Toronto just kind of have their way with them.
Well, we've got the Redskins and the Red Knights, so that's a very red football game.
Absolutely.
At Caldwell. When we come back, we're going to talk about what happened last week. We'll preview our games for next week, and we're going to talk about the playoffs. Are you talking about playoffs?
It's about time for playoffs. We're there.
Playoffs, so we'll be talking about that when we come back after this break on the ABC Sports Halftime Show.
ABC Communications is your one-stop destination for all your marketing and communication needs. Whether you are a small business or a large corporation, our expert team specializes in creating customized solutions that drive results. From radio advertising and digital marketing to graphic design and event promotions, we've got the tools to make your brand stand out. Locally owned and operated, ABC Communications is dedicated to helping you connect with your audience and grow your business. Trust us to take your marketing to the next level.
Welcome back to the ABC Sports Halftime Show. Brett, let's talk about what happened last week. And I got to tell you, first up, I had my first opportunity to see West End play, and they were really impressive as they shut out their 3rd straight opponent. They beat Maysville 43-0. They have such a good mix. They can really throw it. They can run it well. The Panthers just struggled against the Tornadoes defense. As we said, that's 3 straight shutouts for West End. And, of course, they couldn't contain Jake Anton, who's the quarterback for West End, and their running game, it was just dominant. They just had their way, and a very impressive team. So I look for West End, as we talk about playoffs, that could be a team to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. West End, they had a couple struggles against what are very good teams. They lost to New Lexington, who are looking to be the top of the MVL and the
Indian Valley.
Right. And then we look at earlier in the season. If you're West Muskingum, you have to be sitting there and thinking, we've taken some losses, but the games that we're supposed to win, we are dominating these, especially these last 3. If you're West Muskingum's defense, 3 opponents in a row, scoreless, you have to be happy with that.
And another thing I'm just really impressed with, Coach Brownrigg, before he got there, the 10 years prior, they won 7 football games total, 7-93 over 10 years. He comes in, he's turned them into a winning program. They lose Rashid Cisse, who's a walk-on at Ohio State, and they just don't seem to miss a beat because they just keep rolling. John Glenn, they got back on the winning track as well as they just blasted Riverview 67-0. Riverview, they just are struggling. They don't have good numbers. And again, we talked about a little bit, Riverview and Morgan play this week, 2 winless teams. So one of those teams is going to come away with a win.
Someone has to win.
Yep. Tri-Valley and Sheridan, they both got MVL Big School wins. Tri-Valley undefeated. They just keep rolling. They hammered Philo 35-7, and then Sheridan beat Morgan 48-6. what happened over in the small school.
So if we look over at the small school, Meadowbrook had a pretty, pretty big game. They faced New Lexington, but they fell 41-19. And then we look over at Coshocton, their first win of the year. They took down Crooksville at home. That was 45-29. So if you're Coshocton, you're in the win column. Meadowbrook going a bit back and forth, falling to New Lexington, but New Lexington, a very strong MVL small school team. Probably going to win the small school division, especially with that win over West Muskingum. And then what I had last week down in Woodsfield, I had Barnesville and Monroe Central, 2 undefeated.
Undefeated's going at it.
Barnesville handled that game pretty easily. They won 44-14. They had control from the get-go. A lot of energy coming from both of those, by the way. I mean, the stands were packed.
A night for high school football.
A lot of people were watching, so that was very appreciative of of us here seeing that. And Barnesville, man, they are looking stronger and stronger every week.
Yes, they are. And then Caldwell, they pummeled a down Shadyside team 63-7, and then Shenandoah lost their 6th straight game, as we mentioned earlier, to River on the road 38-7. Somebody else that took their first loss, Union Local, they lost their first game, and that was to St. C 28-14. And then Cambridge and Zanesville both still winless on the season. Bobcat shut out by Martins Ferry 41-0. Zanesville lost on the road to Watkins Memorial 41-6. And then Bishop Rosecrans in Zanesville, they won their 3rd straight game. They beat Bridgeport 49-14.
Absolutely.
Which brings us, Brett, it's time to talk about the playoffs.
It is time. Week 9, we have the final week of the regular season coming up next week. And we have people who we're looking at who are advancing, who are not advancing. So let's take a quick look at this, Dave.
And if you really want to break down some of these things, I suggest you go to Drew Pasteur's website, fantastic50.net. He has percentages, chances of winning games, who's going to be in, who's going to be out, just a little bit more detailed in terms of those percentages than Joe Idle's website. But again, it's a great resource. We check it all the time. We use it every week. And right now, I got bad news for the MVL. 7 teams, they're not going to make it. Probably 8, to be honest. John Glenn, Maysville, Riverview, Morgan, Coshocton, Crooksville, Meadowbrook, all going to be on the outside looking in. Sheridan, probably going to be on the outside looking in too. But Tri-Valley, they're going to carry the flag for the MVL. They're going to host 2 games at home if they win that first one. Philo, they're a 98% chance of making it, so I'd say they're pretty good. They're looking at probably a 14 seed, and then which might end up, they might play New Lex, so that could be interesting.
It is possible.
And that would be a big school versus small school game in the playoffs, which is interesting. Sheridan, as I said, they've only got about a 50% chance of making it, and they would have to beat Tri-Valley, so that's a huge game for them this week. West M, they're looking really good. Probably going to host a home game as a number 6 seed. New Lex projected as the number 3 in their region, so that would mean they would get to host 2 games as well.
Yeah, we look at another number 3 seed and the potential of the Barnesville Shamrocks to have the number 3 seed because they have a very tough region, by the way.
Yes.
They have teams like Ironton, Columbus Academy.
Region 19 is pretty tough.
It's a
great
teams.
region, like you said. Ironton, they're a state power, and they've only lost 1 game, and it's to a team from from Canada, basically an all-star team that came in and beat them. They're also looking at Harvest Prep. Harvest Prep beat a Division 1 Pick Central team. They're a Division 5. You just don't see that happen very often. So that's going to be a tough region, but Barnesville would get to play a couple home games.
Yeah, and
if they win that
does
one.
help them out because they have the home. They have the Barnesville Shamrocks on their side. They have the Shamrock Faithful, and we look around at the MOVL a little bit. Caldwell right now 98% chance to get into the playoffs.
It's pretty good.
Projected as a 13 seed, so you're in there, and then potentially facing Waterford, which is a game they had. Waterford is not an unfamiliar opponent to the Redskins. They even had them in the playoffs last year.
I feel bad for Monroe Central.
This is an interesting statistic.
It's one of those oddities, and you see that on that website as well. Monroe Central probably going to be 9-1 and not get a home game, which is amazing.
Very interesting to think of. It's crazy.
It's the number 9 seed is what it's looking like. Now, they still have a slight chance of a home game, but as a number 9, you don't even get a home game if you're losing one game. I think that's pretty rough. And then locally, a couple other teams, Rosecrans and Buckeye Trail, both looking like playoff teams in Region 23. Rosecrans
just sneaking in
at number 16, possibly as well as Buckeye Trail finishing possibly 15th as well in that region. So, and of course, you finish at the bottom, you're going to play the top two teams. So that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. Brett, next week, what do we got? I know we got the Noble County Super Bowl.
Yes, we do. The Noble County Super Bowl. Caldwell at Shenandoah. So it'll be in Sayersville at Seb's Field. That will be on KC 105 and YRP TV. We also have Union Local in Barnesville. That's a little bit of
Should be a good game.
Good rivalry going on there. That'll be on BNV. 93 BNV and YRP TV. St. Clairsville will travel to Cambridge to wrap up the season. That's on WILE FM 97.7 as well as YRP TV. You are going to be at Maysville at Crooksville. Pretty decent matchup we have going on there. That'll be on Nash Icon 98.5 107.9. And we have one game on YRP TV exclusive. That is the Tri-Valley Scotties taking on the John Glenn Muskies in New Concord. So a lot of good games going on. A lot of Week 10 matchups. A lot of
rivalry games,
which
we like.
Setting things up for the playoffs. So that's what we have going on next week on NBC Sports.
That's going to give us a better picture of what's going on. And, of course, we'll be back. It'll be Week 10. We'll preview the playoffs. We'll talk about everything that's happened. We certainly look forward to having you back and join us on our halftime show. This wraps up Week 9. We'll see you next week, Week 10, high school football season on AVC Sports. It is halftime here in Southtown. The Maysville Panthers lead the Meadowbrook Colts 7-0 in our Muskingum Valley League small school division battle here tonight. And it's been a game that Maysville, frankly, has pretty much dominated the football game, but a couple of key plays. They got stopped on a 4th down play inside the 1-yard line early in the football game. So they come away nothing. They turn it over on downs. Then late in the half, less than a minute to play, they're going to score and extend their lead, but they fumble as they try. It looked like almost one of those tush-push formations, Mike. And they fumble the football, and it's kicked out away from the formation. They're very lucky that somebody from Meadowbrook did not scoop it and take it to the house with, 10 seconds to play in the first half. But Maysville's pretty much dominated the play, and yet it's only 7-0. So if I'm Meadowbrook, I'm in the locker room saying, hey, we have played our worst football, and we are only down 7-0.
We played uninspired. Meadowbrook, that's exactly what Coach Norm was telling them. We played uninspired. We just have not been with it. We got to get the cobwebs out because Maysville completely left the door open there with that fumble there on the 1-yard line, where to me it just looked like they were just in too much of a hurry when they needed to take their time and just sneak it in a team that was in total control. A lot can happen, a tale of two halves here.
Right.
But Maysville completely dominating the stats in every category too. So it's only 7-0 like you said. And Meadowbrook's going to come out. It's going to be a new game. They get the ball to start the second half.
Yep. Our sponsors for tonight's broadcast here on Nash Icon and also on YRP TV. We've got a lot of them tonight. We certainly appreciate all of our sponsors: Valentine Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, WB Green Insurance, Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, the Rogers Company, Guernsey County Sportsman Association, West 40 Auto Sales, People's Bank, Allen Hunter State Farm, Doan Ford, Shriver's Pharmacy, Great Clips of Zanesville, Bicon Services, and Bruner Land Company, all sponsoring tonight's broadcast. We also, Mike and I, have the responsibility of selecting a +1 pizza player of the game for the Meadowbrook Colts and also a Lock 9 pizza player of the game for the Maysville Panthers. We've got a great clips, great play of the game that we need to award as well. So again, all those sponsors tonight, we appreciate them. Mike, you do have some stats that you can share with everyone that might tell a little bit of the story here.
Yeah, Meadowbrook only ran 22 plays. I said a key at the beginning of the game was they had to establish the run game. They did not in the first half. They ran the ball 10 times for 11 yards. Huey, very uncharacteristic, 50% passing accuracy, 6 of 12 for just 30 yards in the first half, for just a total of 41 offensive yards for Meadowbrook. Maysville, they ran the ball very effectively. They ran it 28 times for 133 yards. Through the air, Maysville was 7 of 10 for 62 yards for a total of 184 yards on 38 plays. So even the stats tell the story that Maysville controlled that first half, controlled the clock, controlled the line of scrimmage. With that being said, these are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids who just had a 15-minute break. A lot can happen.
Yes, it can. And again, the halftime tonight, both bands performing. The Meadowbrook, they performed first. Maysville, they're just coming off the field now, and just been a delight this season to see in all the games I've broadcast here at Maysville. Their band is really energetic. They do some really neat things, so appreciate them performing again. It's always fun to watch them. As Mike just pointed out, this second half, we don't know what this holds. If you're Maysville and you end up on the losing side of the score tonight, you're going to be saying, how did we do this? We just gave it away because they didn't convert inside the 1 yard line early in the game. They fumble inside the 1 yard line again. So there's 2 chances to score touchdowns. This game could very well be 21-0.
You're exactly right. And there was a lot of dejection in the faces of the Maysville coaches who were in the press box as they were leaving here at halftime.
Yeah, they weren't happy fellas.
They were not happy, and some choice words were said. But, they just got in a hurry. Meadowbrook, hey, they gave us a shot. They left the door open for us.
They left the door open.
Let's see what can happen here.
So now if you're Meadowbrook, you're in the locker room. Hey, we've got a chance now. We are only down 7-0. We've not coming out of the locker room, so maybe we can make something happen and get this game evened up to start the second half. If you're Maysville, you'd like to get a stop and then keep that dominance, run the football, keep Meadowbrook off the field. And you know, they came up with a script of what they wanted to do, and they pretty much executed it, Mike, except for getting in the end zone.
Right. They did everything to a T except the last part of it, and usually the hardest part. And,
yes.
Like you said, it could be a 3-score game right now.
It very well could be a 3-score game, but it's not, which is just a credit to Meadowbrook has just found a way to hang around and stay in the football game. And anything can happen. As you said, it's 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. You don't know what's going on in those minds.
No idea. You know who's dominated this game tonight, though, Dave, has been the officials. They have been on every equipment issue and clock issue tonight. We've had at least 8 stoppages in play tonight.
And they've stopped as the play's getting ready to be run, or before they can run the play, they're blowing it dead. They're stopping the clock. They're waving players off the field, which we're not on the field. We don't have the benefit of knowing, but we've got to assume it's some sort of equipment thing. And then the clock issues. They have reset the clock a number of times, and it's not like it is a huge amount. We're talking about 5 seconds.
Right.
Or 7 seconds. Fellas, let's quit blowing the whistle so much and let the kids play football.
Yeah, let's watch the play on the field. But it's been a nuisance tonight. So I look for that. I look for that to keep up here in the second half.
I do too, unfortunately.
Yeah. But other than that, there's been no major penalties, except for the one interference call that was an easy call.
We did have an unsportsmanlike there.
That's when we think somebody said something from Meadowbrook because they obviously didn't do anything physically. It had to be word of mouth.
So, we're getting ready for second half action here at Maysville. And again, I want to mention, the fine folks here at Maysville, we've done quite a few games here this year. I think we might have broadcast all of their home games here, maybe except for one of those, and they have certainly treated us well. A little scoreboard update here from the Bradley Lending team with First Ohio Home Finance. Tri-Valley now up 21-3 in the third quarter, and that's
taking control.
Not surprising to me. Toronto still leading Caldwell 14-7. John Glenn 14-7 over Philo. That's in the second quarter score. New Lex all over Crooksville, 38-3 at halftime. Licking Valley, a good football team, they're up 28-6.5. And Morgan leads Riverview 55-0 at halftime. So Morgan going to get their first win of the year. Fredericktown, the Freddies, they lead Danville 14-7. And then Barnesville leading the Zeps of Shenandoah 49-0 in half. Matthew Harper going to kick this second half off. It's a John Valentine Insurance kickoff. And he kicks it up, and it's going to land at the 30, and they better get on that one, and they do. It's picked up.
Bentley Seedor.
Seedor gets across the 35-30, now to the 40. It was one of those, you take it, no, you take it, I got it. And Seedor finally turns upfield and gets it to the 40. And that's probably Meadowbrook's best, well, that is their best field position of the game.
Harper kind of just teed that thing up and tried to wedge it in there, and he did a pretty good job there.
Yes, he did. He
bounced right up, and Seedor, who normally doesn't return kicks, he's on the kickoff team, had the sense to pick it up and go.
He put a little knockdown wedge onto that one, and it's at the 41-yard line, and they're going to hand it off to Black. He's going to try the right side. He turns, and there's penalty flags flying from everywhere.
And that's going to be Seedor holding on the outside.
And that's going to be a holding call. That's when those are right at the point of attack. That's coming back. Black managed to get it out to the 45-yard line, but it's coming back. And if you're Meadowbrook, you didn't want to do that on your first play out of the locker room.
No, Seedor, who was doing a good job engaging at the point of contact, but I just don't think he let go of the interior lineman for Maysville.
So that's marked at the 31-yard line now. Loss or mark off of 10 yards. And it's now 1st and 20 for the Meadowbrook Colts on their own 31. And now we'll see what Justice Huey and the offense has in store on a 1st and 20. And the Maysville coaches next to us believe some sort of screen is coming, and that might be a good guess. Snap back, Huey straight back, and he dropped the football, and he does fall on it. He was going to throw it, and it just came right out of his hand.
I've never seen that happen with Justice, but you know, it is a little chillier out there. I don't think there could be some moisture out there that caused that to happen.
Now it's back at the 27-yard line. So what was good field position, they've now backed up 14 yards on 2 plays, both basically self-inflicted, Mike, as you get a holding call and then just the ball slipped out of Huey's hand. There was a high snap, and he's going to hand it off, though, and that's Black, and he gets ahead to the 31-yard line. So he gets 4 yards back that Huey lost on the fumble. But it's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 20 for the Colts.
So the Colts want to at least try to get 15 here, and then they would have to think about.
Huey rolls to his left. Now it's a screen back to the right side, and it's sniffed out. Nice play coming up from in the secondary is a fantastic play.
I believe that was number 2. That was Matthew Harper.
And Harper saw it coming, and he sniffed it out. And that is a loss.
About 3.
Back to the 27-yard line. So Glendenning back in punt formation. And the last time we almost saw a block on this one, Mike. So it'll be interesting to see if Maysville brings the pressure again. Glendenning this time, though, he's got plenty of time. He kicks it, and it's going to be caught at the 40-yard line. Up to the 45 is Gator Nichols. He's trying to get to the corner. Now he's going to cut back across the midfield. Gator very elusive, and he gets it back across midfield into Colt territory.
Good job by both teams. Nichols kind of made something out of nothing, and good coverage there by the Colt punt team.
Maysville now takes over again in Meadowbrook territory, and they've been there, it just seems, all night long, Mike. They've been on the Meadowbrook side of the 50-yard line.
And looks like the Panthers are going to go under center. This was disastrous for them last time.
In a really tight formation, what you would expect out of a team that's been traditionally a wing T team. And he hands it to Nichols, and he tries the right side and turns the corner to get across the 45 to the 44-yard line.
Maysville's been really good tonight, consistently picking up 4 to 5 to 6 yards every carry.
And they've been doing well on first down, which has been, I think, a real key for this team. Yes. In order to have any success, you've got to a high school team, you need positive yards on first down, and they've been getting those chunk plays, as you said. Rock again under center. This time they're going to hand it off straight ahead. Will Height jumps to his right, finds some room, and gets it down to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 4. And that's going to be third down and very short now for Maysville in their first possession of the second half.
Will Height on the night has ran it 12 times. He has 35 yards.
Third and short. And these have been the tough downs for the Panthers, though.
They have been, because just mental mistakes usually.
This time shotgun. Nichols comes in motion. Rock's going to run it himself across the 40. And he's going to get the first down. Not really much more than the first down, but he's going to be marked just outside the 38-yard line.
And Dave, the fog is rolling back in. Remember we dealt with some fog issues
and here it
2
comes.
years ago?
It's an interesting spot where you're at here in Southtown, and we're seeing some of that fog rolling in across the visitor sideline.
Last year we could barely see the players on the field.
I hope that doesn't happen again. I like where I'm at right now. It's kind of cozy in this press box. They fed us at halftime. There's a pitch to the left side. That's Llewellyn. He's going to cut it back across the 40. 35-30 still going inside the 25-yard line. Llewellyn gets down to the 24, so a 14-yard gain. And that's another WB Green Insurance first down for the Maysville Panthers, and they are in business. And let's call it the 23-yard line.
Llewellyn's actually the leading ground gainer for Maysville. Only 7 carries, but 59 yards. He's had some carries of 17 and 16 tonight.
Matthew Harper is over here on the right side by himself, and Rock's going to throw it out there, and he's got it at the 10. He shakes a tackle, and he gets into the end zone. Nobody bothered to come out and pick up Matthew Harper far to the right side of the formation. Rock finds him, and that is a 23-yard touchdown. Cade Rock to Matthew Harper.
Yeah, you could hear the Maysville coaching staff up here yelling, there's nobody out here, there's nobody out here. Meadowbrook just caught it way too late.
8:17 to play here in the third quarter, and Maysville has increased their lead now. It's 13-0. And Harper, the touchdown scorer, will now be in, and here we're sending off another player.
I'm going to watch why he got sent. He takes his helmet off right away. It has to be equipment.
It's got to be some sort of equipment thing, and I'm not sure what it is. Harper now going to kick the extra point.
Could it be eye black underneath?
Who knows? Snap back, and it's a tough snap. He couldn't get it down, and it almost got to the crossbar, but Matthew Harper trying to kick it, and it was didn't handle the snap very well. It reminded me of an occurrence to the Cincinnati Bengals not very long ago.
Yeah, it was just a bad snap.
Where he
and then
fumbled the snap,
and you could get
trying
a bad
to get
hold.
it down. So anyway, it's a 5-play, 49-yard drive for the Maysville Panthers. They now lead this game 13-0. And basically a shock to the Colts system, I'm sure, because they're looking at it, Mike. They snuck out they avoided all the trouble they could have avoided. They get the ball first out of the locker room. They get it at the 40-yard line. They get a holding penalty. They have a fumble. Then they've got to kick it away, and
Right.
Maysville cashes in immediately.
And then Maysville cashed in on a defensive mental mistake where they're just not covering a receiver.
Yes. So now it's 13-0. And, if you're Meadowbrook, though, you don't really have to change gears. You're a throwing team anyway.
Right, you're built for this.
You're built to throw the football, and that's probably what you're going to have to do right now, although it does give Maysville that opportunity now. We can really kind of tee off on the pass rush a little bit. So Harper, last time a little pooch kick, and this time it's a low liner that might just go out of bounds, and I don't think that's what he wanted to do because that's a penalty.
Maysville must have respect for the return game of Meadowbrook because we know Harper can drill the ball.
He can kick it.
He can kick it. And they've been trying these little chip shot kickoffs tonight, and that one might bite them a little bit because of it just goes straight out of bounds.
Yeah, they're trying to place it. That looked like the one, that wedge shot of yours, Mike. That looked like
straight for the weeds.
The low liner to the left.
Yeah, with a duck hook. So they're going to get this ball up at the 35-yard line on the right hash after the penalty. Now, you can refuse that penalty and send them back 5 yards and make them kick it again.
But then if you're Harper, you probably
just kick it through the end zone to begin with.
Yeah. As it stands, Meadowbrook will take over on the 35-yard line. High school rule, you're on the 35 when it's kicked out of bounds. And if we could just get the guys in the stripes to get play going.
Now we got the wrong team's ball, and Meadowbrook doesn't have their ball in play yet. So we need a Meadowbrook ball. Nope. Here, okay, Meadowbrook's ball was in play. They took it over to the Maysville ball boy. The Maysville ball boy says, "Sir, that is not our ball. That is Meadowbrook's ball." Okay, they bring it back out. Time to play ball.
8:17 to play in the third quarter. Maysville 13, Meadowbrook nothing. And as standard, whole team looks over at the sideline for the signal. Huey fumbles the snap. He gets and picks it up, and they're going to call him down. They're saying that he went to a knee to pick the football up back at the 29-yard line, and things just go from bad to worse for the Colts.
This is so uncharacteristic of the Meadowbrook offense. I'm not even sure, how to explain what's going on, but they just fumbled snaps and missed time snaps, and going forward on fourth down when only one person moves.
One person seemed to know they were going for it.
It's just very uncharacteristic because usually this is a team that can roll up 500 yards of total offense easily.
Huey going to hand it off this time. Black right up the middle of the field, and there comes a flag that is just tossed in immediately. Almost as soon as the play was started, the flag comes flying in.
Can it be a hold that fast?
That's what how can it be a hold that quickly? The ball is being marked at the 32, but now they're stepping off. It must have been a face mask on the ball carrier right there at the point of attack.
That's the only thing I can think of. Did we get a signal? No official signal what it was.
All right, the white hat has not made a signal, and they just marked it off. Now going to be second and short now, all the way out at the 43-yard line. Maybe the medicine that the Colts needed, and there's a throw out into the left flat. He's got his man, and that's number 1, Braylon Lowry. And he sprints ahead for a pickup all the way to the Maysville 44-yard line. So 13 yards on that, and Maysville now in business as they are Meadowbrook in business. They're in the Maysville territory, and there's a handoff to Black. He tries to power forward, and he's only going to get a couple down to the 42.
Meadowbrook trying to speed it up a little bit. Now this time they kind of geared down a little bit. That was Lowry's first catch on the night. He had 9 catches last week, so just his first catch on the night.
Ball marked right at the 42-yard line. Clock moving, 7:23 to play in the third quarter. Maysville leading 13-0. 3 receivers in the formation, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff to Black. Straight ahead across the 40. He falls forward to the 39-yard line. Short pickup of 3 yards, and that's going to bring up third down for the Colts and about 5.
Braden Black averaging 3.8 yards per carry. Quite a few yards under his average. He has 38 yards tonight.
Third down now for Meadowbrook, trying to get back into the football game. Huey in the shotgun, trips receivers to the right. He's looking to his right. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it. He's across the 40, 35, 30, 25, and he's knocked out of bounds inside the 25 all the way down at the 20. Well, they're going to mark him out at the 25-yard line. He did step out at the 25. A 14-yard pickup.
That's Huey's first positive gain on the night. The rest have been sacks or fumbles, but that's big for the Colts to keep this drive rolling.
And that's WB Green Insurance first down for the Meadowbrook Colts. Huey holds it. He hands it off to Black, and Black, no room to go. He is dropped for a loss back at the 27-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 12 for Meadowbrook. And that play just seemed like they didn't get it blocked well at all on that right side.
And I think it was read well by Matthew Harper coming off the edge.
2 receivers to the right, very wide to the right. 2 to the left. Huey straight back. Now he's flushed out and runs to his left. He's going to throw it, and he's just winging it out of bounds. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 12 for Meadowbrook.
That was a good decision by Huey. He knew he was in trouble after the first turn and knew nobody was open. Just fling that thing close to a receiver out of bounds. You do not want to get intentional grounding on a play like that.
Big play in the football game here. Meadowbrook trying to get back in it. They trail 13-0. There's 5:41 to play in the third quarter. They are driving their best offensive possession of the game. Huey looks to his right. Now he's going to be flushed out of the pocket, and he runs to his right, and he's going to throw it out of bounds.
Well, I can't express enough how well this Maysville secondary is covering these Meadowbrook Colt
They
receivers.
are doing
There's nothing out there.
They're doing a great job in coverage, and that's going to bring up now 4th down. And, of course, Meadowbrook trailing 13-0. They're going to be going for it. 4th down on the Maysville 27. They've got to get it to the 15 for a 1st down. Huey looks to his right. Can't find anybody. Now he's going to run it. He's across the 25, and he's brought down. And he's way short of the 1st down, and he's going to be brought down at the 22-yard line. I think is where they're going to mark him down, or 23. Doesn't really matter. He's way short of the 1st down.
I think Huey thought he had a bigger lane there and could pick up more yards.
Right.
And he just did not, and that was good pursuit there by a couple Maysville defenders.
So Maysville takes over. Turned over on downs by Meadowbrook. Frustrating night for a very high-powered offense. They have yet to put any points on the board. 5:23 to go in this third quarter. Maysville takes over. Rock under center, and he's going to hand it off, and it's going to be Nichols. Nichols winding his way down the right side. He's going to pick up.
I think he got enough for the 1st down.
I think he got enough for the 1st down. Let's see where they mark him. It's going to be all the way at the 35. So, yes, that is a 1st down for the Maysville Panthers.
Meadowbrook defense has to find a way to stop this run game. They have to force Maysville to put the ball in the air.
A WB Green Insurance 1st down as the Panthers now 1st and 10 on their own 35. Rock underneath center. Puts a man in motion, and he hands it to that man. It's Nichols. Nichols is going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Bentley Seedor Jolly on the spot there for the Colts.
And now 2nd down and 10. Clock running underneath 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Meadowbrook, if they need to get back in this one, they have to have a stop here.
No doubt about it. They want to, like I said earlier, they want to make Maysville put the ball in the air where they are least comfortable.
One receiver to the left side. Nichols tight to the formation on the right. Rock in the shotgun. And he looks to his left, and he's got a man. It's Harper. He had plenty of room, and he's going to take it across the 45 and across midfield. Nice throw from Rock right on target to Harper, and Harper takes it into Meadowbrook territory to the 47-yard line. That is a Maysville Panther 1st down and a WB Green Insurance 1st down.
I saw Harper split out, tapping his helmet like a signal, and it was a stop route. And the Meadowbrook defensive back was giving a lot of cushion.
Gave a lot of cushion out there. You're exactly right.
And a lot of, what do they call, yak? Yards after catch.
Yards after catch. All the way into Meadowbrook territory. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Rock back under center. Puts Llewellyn in motion. He's going to hand it to him. Llewellyn trying to find the left corner. And he did turn the corner a little bit, but running to that closed side of the field, the short side, not much room over there. Although a positive gain to the 44 on first down for Cohen Llewellyn.
And that's another win for the Maysville run game. That's 4 yards, almost 4 yards on that play.
2nd and 7. Maysville not getting in a big hurry right now as they own a 13-0 lead and they possess the football. They scored here in the third quarter with 8:17 to play. The clock now down to 3:22 and running here in the third quarter. Rock going to run this one. He's going to his right, and they're going to string him out pretty wide, and there is a penalty flag way behind the play, and I think this is probably going to be a hold, and it's going to be even moved back further. Rock
may want to decline this one.
Rock got it back to the line of scrimmage. There wasn't much room there. I'm sorry, he lost yardage on that play. It's all the way back to the original line of scrimmage at the 47 for this series. So he lost 3. And they're going to mark up, they're going to take the penalty as well. So it's going to go all the way back to the 46-yard line. And now it will be a repeat of the down. So we're back to a second down play. But this time it's second down and quite a few. Looks like about 17 to get a first down. This time Rock will be in the shotgun. He's varied, been under center, been in the shotgun. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Rock wants to throw it. Now he runs ahead, and he throws a nice pass on the move to Llewellyn, who catches it at the 42-yard line and goes down immediately. But that is a pickup that gets them into a 3rd and manageable situation here. It's now 3rd and 5 from the Meadowbrook 42-yard line.
And that takes Cade Rock in passing over 100 yards. He now has 105 yards passing.
He has thrown it very well tonight.
And gets it in a manageable situation here for Maysville.
Well, his trouble has been he's thrown interceptions this year, and he has not done that tonight. Rock is going to run it, and there's a penalty flag immediately thrown by the referee, and I think that one's coming back. They're going to call no. That's I hate that call.
Is that before the play? It's a warning, right?
Sideline warning.
It's a sideline warning.
That is the worst penalty flag in high school football because it means absolutely nothing.
Just back up. That's
all.
Just
back up. Now, Rock did get it to the 38-yard line, and that's going to bring up 4th down and very short. 4th and a yard, but the play clock moving now down underneath 10 seconds. Maysville hurries to the line of scrimmage. Rock under center. This could be one where they try to draw him off, but they snap it.
Coach Clark's going to get a timeout.
And he called a timeout before the play could be run. So we'll take a quick timeout here as well. This is high school football brought to you by ABC Sports.
Doan Ford is proud to introduce the ultimate adventure companion, the Bronco 4-door Advanced 4x4 Badlands. With a powerful 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine and 7-speed manual transmission, conquer any terrain with confidence. Featuring a soft-top 4-inch lift and massive 35-inch tires. Adventure knows no bounds. Stay connected and in control with an 8-inch digital screen while enjoying added convenience with power-heated mirrors and auto high-beam headlamps. Plus equipped with a Smitty-built winch. Be prepared for any challenge. Don't miss out on this incredible deal. DoanFord.com.
Third quarter action here at Maysville. The Panthers lead this game over Meadowbrook 13-0. They're driving. They've got the football in Meadowbrook territory. It's marked at the 38-yard line. It's 4th down and less than a yard for the Panthers. And if the Colts want to get back in this one, they're going to need a stop. We've got 1:31 to play in this third quarter.
Play of the game so far tonight.
If Maysville can take it in and score, it's getting almost close to insurmountable for them. Rock is going to hand it off. Wilhite straight ahead, easily picks up the first down. And he's going to be marked right at the 35-yard line. So Logan Wilhite, 4th down carry, he picks up the first down. And that's a WB Green Insurance first down for the Maysville Panthers.
Nothing fancy there from Maysville, just their core offensive run play.
And now marked at the 35, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Clock running now down to 1:10 to play in the third quarter. Maysville would certainly like to take it into the end zone here and extend the lead. They have a 13-0 lead right now. Rock hands it off in the backfield. Nichols trying to find some room, and there is really nothing there. He is pushed back. He might have got a yard to the 34. 10th play of the drive coming up. 44 seconds, clock moving. 30 seconds left on the play clock. So we've got one more play left in this third quarter, it looks like.
Meadowbrook's going to have to win this thing with a big play on defense.
Going to have to come up with a turnover, maybe a turnover that's taken to the house to get back in it.
Correct.
Maysville now quickly to the line of scrimmage. 9 seconds on the play clock. Rock in the shotgun. Nichols in motion. Fakes the handoff. Rock rolls to his right and is high, but it's brought in but dropped. Nice throw. A little bit high. Llewellyn went up to get it, but it was knocked away, dislodged by some good coverage. And I'll take it back. That wasn't the last play of the third quarter. Now we've got 8 seconds to go due to the incompletion, and 3rd and 9 for Maysville.
I was kind of shocked with the play call there and the clock running. I thought they would keep running in between the tackles.
And get it to the fourth quarter.
Exactly, yes.
3rd and 9. Tight formation, Rock under center. Motion man, there's the double handoff. It comes back to Llewellyn, and there's nowhere to go. He is going to be brought down for a loss, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 4th down and 10 when we start the fourth quarter. When we come back, you're watching and listening to high school football, brought to you by ABC Sports.
There's something about a fresh haircut from the friendly, skilled stylists at Great Clips that just makes life, well, greater. The sun shines brighter, your step feels springier, even your jokes are funnier. And the best part? When you use Great Clips online check-in, you can get in for a haircut without having to rearrange your day or your budget. Download the app today and start feeling that much greater in just a few taps. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Promises. You've heard them all. Peace of mind, quality insurance products, superior claim service, all at a fair and competitive price. Since 1848, Westfield Insurance has promised to provide excellent insurance coverage for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust. That is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers. For a quote on protecting your home, auto, and business, call W.B. Green Insurance today. W.B. Green, professional insurance.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
While we were gone, the fourth quarter got underway with a punt by Maysville, and it bounded into the end zone. So Meadowbrook will take over their first possession of the fourth quarter. They trail this football game 13-0, and they have a 1st down and 10 from their own 20-yard line, and we have now moved into must-score territory for the Colts. A handoff right ahead to Black will begin this possession for the Colts, and he gets to the 23-yard line. 2nd and 7, and the clock now becomes the Colts' enemy in this football game, as well as the Maysville Panthers defense.
Kind of feel like it's now or never for this Meadowbrook team right now.
You feel like they really need a score right here if they're going to have a chance to win this one. Huey going to hand it off to Black again, and he squirts through a hole. He gets across the 30 out to the 34-yard line. Nice run by Black right up the middle of the field. And that is a WB Green Insurance first down for the Meadowbrook Colts.
49 yards on his 13th carry for Braden Black. Now we have another. We're going to reset the.
They're going to reset the play clock.
Which I don't think Meadowbrook's going to be worried about the play
They're
clock.
not worried about the play. Oh, here we go again. We're going to stop it because they want to set the clock. This crew just is amazing to me with the number of stoppages.
Man,
and it's a fumbled snap in the backfield, and Huey was going to fake the handoff and pull it. And instead, he fumbles the football.
Dave, that has to be about the 4th or 5th fumbled snap tonight or mishandle of the football.
Meadowbrook just not clicking at all on offense. And then let's give Maysville the credit, too. They've played really good defense tonight as well. But Meadowbrook hasn't helped their situation by just putting the ball on the ground way too much in this game. Huey, straight back. He's going to throw it on a slant. He's got his man, and it's caught at the 40-yard line. That was number 13.
Jacob Burris.
Jacob Burris. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Colts. Right at the 40-yard line. Huey puts Burris in motion. He's going to hand it off. It's Black right up the middle of the field. He's going to get the first down plus as he makes it out to the 49-yard line. And it's a pickup of 9 yards, and Meadowbrook off to a pretty good start, Mike, on this must-have drive.
Yep, key first downs, 58 yards now for Black.
Huey hands it off to Black again, right up the middle of the field. He's going to get across the 45. Down to the 44. Now the only problem is 5-6 yards a carry. It's going to take you a while to get down the field.
It does.
And that's going to run some valuable time off the clock, and I think that's what Maysville is happy with, and we're going to stop the clock, and they're going to call a timeout this time. Maysville didn't like what they were seeing, so we will take a quick timeout as well. You are watching and listening to high school football brought to you by AVC Sports.
You work hard. You love your family. You do your best to provide for your loved ones. But when was the last time you reviewed your insurance policies with a professional to make sure that you are truly protected? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Don't assume you're covered. Don't put it off until later. Call me at 994-1776 or stop by our agency at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
Fourth quarter action here in Southtown. Maysville Panthers holding on to a 13-0 lead over Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook trying to get into the end zone and get back into this football game. They are driving. It is 2nd down. And about 3, they are on the Maysville 44-yard line following that timeout by the Panthers. This formation is where Huey and the Colts have had some success. He's got plenty of time to throw it. Now he's flushed out of the pocket and runs to his left, and he's going to get the first down across the 40-yard line.
That was great protection by that Meadowbrook offensive line.
At the 40 now. First down, a WB Green Insurance first down. Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance scoreboard update. Tri-Valley now leads Sheridan 21-9. Black tries to find some room on the right side on a run, and he's only going to get about a yard to the 39-yard line. Also, Ridgewood 35, Claymont 19, Toronto 20, Caldwell 14. Again, Bradley Lending Team, our sponsor of those scores. There's Black on a handoff right up the middle of the field across the 30, 25 now, and down to the 24, a 15-yard pickup from Braden Black, and the Colts now in business at the Panther 24-yard line. Meadowbrook's deepest penetration of the game, and there's another handoff to Black across the 20, bounces outside, and he's going to get down to about the 17-yard line, a 7-yard pickup.
Well, Meadowbrook has established that run game. That's for sure.
Meadowbrook to the line quickly. And we've got a stoppage in play by Mike. Guess who?
Well, I don't even have to look up my stat sheet. I already know. I've never seen anything like this. Did anybody get thrown off the field this time for an equipment issue?
I don't know what they're doing. Oh, they're going to reset the play clock again.
Yep.
Second down.
The play clock is not even in play right now.
It doesn't even have a factor in this game.
That's Aiden Farrell.
Aiden Farrell this time to the right side across the 15, and it looks like he's got a first down. They're motioning the chains forward, and he does have a first down at the 14. 12th play of the drive now for the Meadowbrook Colts. 3 receivers to the right. And there's a handoff right up the middle again ahead to Black. Black gets to the 10.
That's Snyder, and he's still moving.
Oh, is he still moving?
That's Colton Snyder. He just ran over about 8 defenders, and we got a Maysville player down.
They had him pushed back, and it looked like he was going to be brought to the ground, but he kept his feet moving, got all the way down to the 6. And as you pointed out, Mike, we've got a Maysville player on the turf. Mike, this is coming up, is going to be the 13th play of the drive for the Colts, and by far their best offensive possession of the game.
Without a doubt, and we said in the pregame, Meadowbrook has to establish a run game. I meant in the first quarter. They waited till 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but they have done that. Black now is all the way up to 89 yards, and he has about 35 of those, maybe 45 of those, just on this drive alone.
Well, another scoreboard update from the Bradley Lending team with First Ohio Home Finance. John Glenn and Philo tied at 14 in the fourth quarter. Toronto leading Caldwell 20-14. That is a fourth quarter score. Garraway up 34-6 over Sandy Valley in the third quarter. Barnesville 55, Shenandoah nothing. That is a fourth quarter score. Here we've got 8:12 to play. Maysville trying to hold on to a 13-0 lead, but Meadowbrook, their first really serious drive of the football game.
That was Owen Rusnick, who was a senior, was injured on a play. He's walking off under his own power.
And that's always good to hear, when you walk off under your own power. It's now at the 6-yard line. They've got a single running back in the backfield with Huey. And he's going to hand it to that back. And that was number 5, who's fighting his head again.
That's big Colton Snyder again.
Colton Snyder again.
He's going to be close.
He gets to the 4. And it's third down and less than a yard. Meadowbrook, clock moving here, 7:50 to play. And they're trying to get into the end zone to draw within a score. Huey in the shotgun, snap back, holds it ahead again to Snyder. Snyder stood up.
I think he's going to have enough.
I think he might have picked up enough to get the first down.
Now, it makes you wonder, is Braden Black okay? He hasn't been in the last 2 or 3 plays.
And that is a first down. First down and goal now for Meadowbrook from the 4-yard line. Huey, snap back, and fakes the handoff, and he's got a man wide open in the end zone. And that was number 3, Bentley Cedor. And that is a touchdown, and all of a sudden we've got a football game, Mike Snively.
Well, that's what happens when you run the ball down somebody's throat the entire play, and then you just fake that handoff, and I don't think anybody was within 10 yards of Bentley Cedor. Big, important extra point here.
A 4-yard touchdown pass from Huey to Cedor. And now the extra point attempt. Snap, kick is end over end, and it is short.
May have been tipped at the line of scrimmage.
And that was Haley Arnold into the game to kick the extra point. And it might have been tipped, as you said, Mike. So that's going to keep our score at 13-6. Meadowbrook back in this one, courtesy of a 15-play, 80-yard drive that makes it 13-6 with 7:24 to play.
Now, last week at New Lexington, the new kicker, Braden Jones, came in, had to kick an onside kick. I'm not saying they're going to kick an onside kick here, but he kicked it so hard he hit the man in the second line in the face mask, and it ricocheted back in the air to a Meadowbrook player.
Huh.
I've never seen anything like it.
Maybe that's what we're going to see again, because he's in the football game, Mike Snively. Number 21, Braden Jones, newly eligible kicker. Got the, we shall say, bright-colored cleats on. And he's definitely in there to kick the football. Where is he kicking? He's talking.
Yeah,
he's having a conversation
with a couple of his players on the team. This is kind of what happened last week at New Lex. I'm not saying it's an onside kick, but it could be a gadget kick.
All right, so Maysville, all of a sudden they were pretty close and they backed off, which they got to be 10 yards back to begin with. And we'll see what he has up his sleeve.
He had a conversation with Braden Black.
Mr. Jones, as he approaches the left-footed kicker, and he kicks it, and it's going to be caught down at the 21-yard line and brought up across the 30, 35, now at the 40-yard line. So he went ahead and kicked it deep.
I believe it was Gator Nichols on the return.
And that was Gator Nichols on the return. So Maysville now hoping they can just run out the clock. There's 7:18 to go, but that is a lot of time left in the football game.
Now Meadowbrook has all 3 timeouts left. That is important to know. Maysville has 1 timeout.
And it's placed at the 42-yard line, so first down for the Panthers. They've got the football and a 7-point lead. It's 13-6. Rock in the shotgun. He's going to hand it to Will Height. Will Height tries the right side. He's got a little bit of room, and he's going to get across the 45-yard line to the 46.
Once again, we've talked about that. A positive play, 4 yards there on first down for Maysville. That keeps their momentum going offensively.
It does keep their momentum going. They get to the 46-yard line now, 2nd and 6, and the clock rolls now underneath 7 minutes to play, 6:53. Play clock, plenty of time left. Will Height. Llewellyn in the backfield with Rock. Puts Llewellyn in motion. He's going to roll to his left. He's
nobody home.
And he's going to have to throw it out of bounds. And you got to wonder about that, Mike.
Yeah, that one-man route. One-man route when you just gain 4. Once again, we're sitting in the booth broadcasting, not on the field coaching.
We're undefeated up here in the press box.
Yes, we are.
Undefeated as a broadcaster this season, and as a matter of fact, I believe I was undefeated last year as well. I don't want to rub my record in on you or anything there, Mike, but I am undefeated.
My broadcasting career tonight might be an L for me with this voice.
3rd down, a huge play in the football game. Maysville needs to get to the 48-yard line of Meadowbrook, and he's going to run to his left, and he's got all kinds of room, and he's going to get that first down. Rock had all kinds of room. I can't even believe he thought of throwing it. All he needed to do was turn upfield, and he got across the 45-yard line, marked down at the 44.
And that was a no-brainer. Maybe that earlier play was to set up
the run.
That play, and then we feel like idiots for questioning the play before. But Cade Rock's been very effective on the ground, 6 carries, 46 yards.
And we've had at least 3 plays in a row where the officials have not stopped it to reset the clock. So I'm going to call that a positive as well. Underneath 6 minutes to go in the football game. High snap, and Rock brings it down. He hands it off to Will Height. Will Height finds a little bit of room.
Still moving.
And that pile is finally, they get Will Height to the ground. Short gain of a couple. Going to be at the 42-yard line now. Did not mention that was a WB Green Insurance first down there, picked up by Cade Rock as he rolled to his left and had plenty of space. Picked up an all-important first down as the clock moves now with 5:22 to play. Maysville to the line of scrimmage, Rock in the shotgun. Single running back in the backfield, and Rock's going to run it to the left side. He's got some blockers. He's trying to pick his way, and he's hit hard, but stays on his feet, keeps his feet moving, and gets across the 40-yard line to the 39.
Big hit by Jacob Burris that time for Meadowbrook.
Rock, though, refusing to go down, and the ball is marked squarely at the 39-yard line. 3rd down and about 5.
And once again, you have to watch for the hard count here.
Gotta watch for the hard count. There's 4:40 to go. Maysville would love to keep the clock moving and make it tough for the Colts to have any time left to try to win this thing. And Rock's going to just run it again. He goes to the left side, picks his way, and he gets it across.
He's going to be just short.
He's going to be just short. He got to the 35, but was spun down. And now that's 4th down at the 35-yard line.
He's going to need about a yard.
So 4th and short. 4:10, clock rolls. And I have a feeling this is going to be the last timeout for Maysville.
Yeah, the officials took the timeout here. I think we had Britton Black, I'm assuming, is having some issues with either an injury or equipment because they just took him out. He's not happy about something. So maybe the officials sent somebody to the sidelines again. I have some questions after this game. I really do.
So now Maysville, they didn't blow a timeout, so they've got one left. It's at the 35-yard line. It's 4th down and 1. A must stop for Meadowbrook as the clock moves now. 3:40 to play.
This could be the hard count.
This could be the hard count. Nichols in motion, and here comes the timeout from Coach Clark that I was anticipating. So they're going to call a timeout now. It's 4th and 1 from the 35. We've got 3:35 to play.
And I'm pretty sure tonight, every 4th down situation for Maysville has been exactly about this yardage, and they've been successful every time. So let's see if he...
No, they weren't. Very first possession when they got down to 4th down, it was like 4th and
you're right,
4th and 1, and they stopped them.
You're right. How could I forget that one? Which was a huge stop.
That was a huge stop. That was the very first stop of the game. Now the play at the goal line, that was not a 4th down. That was just
a first down and try to get it in as fast as they could.
Tried to get a little bit of a hurry. The clock is stopped. We've got 3:35 to play. Maysville leading 13-0. And they would certainly like to get this first down then, because then you're probably going to force the Colts to start calling some timeouts to stop the clock and to try to stop the Maysville offense.
So 5-man front. Mitchell George in at nose tackle now. This is a goal line defense for the Colts.
Rock, high snap, hands at the Will height, and he is stopped in the backfield, and he's not going to get it. And Meadowbrook, they came up with the stop that they needed, and it's going to be marked down at the 37-yard line. He actually lost a couple of yards. Huge play there by the Meadowbrook defense, and here we go, Mike. Meadowbrook going to have a chance to come down here and score and maybe tie or actually win the game. I mean, we got a lot of scenarios that can happen in a 7-point game.
But that's the most excitement I've seen from that Meadowbrook sideline all night.
He just hasn't seemed to have much energy over there on the sideline, and some of those mistakes have led to that too, Mike. It's hard to get excited when you're moving backwards. Huey going to hand the ball off to Black. Black picks his way forward, and he gets out to the 40-yard line.
Black with 19 carries, 92 yards. He's closing in on the century mark.
Clock moving, 3:12 to play. Meadowbrook been in this situation. They drove late to beat John Glenn 3 weeks ago. Trailing late in that one after a Will Nikolazakis field goal. Meadowbrook took it down and scored with less than a minute to play to win that one. Huey now, low snap, but he fields it. Dances around, now rolls to his right. There's going to be a holding flag, and he finds a man downfield, but it's going to get called back. That was Michael Ray that he found at about the 45-yard line of Maysville, but that's coming back.
And the hold was very deep in the Meadowbrook backfield. So if it goes from the spot, it's going to be a very costly penalty.
It is holding, and it's going to come back. So now what was a 2nd and 7 is going to become a 2nd, and it's marked at the 30-yard line.
It's not a spot foul.
Yeah, so it's going to be marked from the 30. So 2nd and 17 now for Meadowbrook. Clock moving again, 2:44 to play. Meadowbrook still has 3 timeouts. They've got the football, but they trail 13-6. Snap to Huey. Looking down the middle of the field, he's got a man and it's knocked away. Nice play there, Cohen Llewellyn on defense. He's been running the football really well for Maysville tonight, but good pass defense as he was trying to find Michael Ray there on a pattern across the middle of the field. And now a 3rd down and 17, a huge play in the game for Meadowbrook.
Maysville's pass defense has been exceptional tonight.
They have done a great job in the defensive backfield. Huey, straight back, fires it, and it's going to be incomplete.
Crowd wants a flag, and they've been all the Maysville defenders have been all over the Meadowbrook receivers, but it's always been bang bang.
Yes.
That one there, if they would have thrown a flag, I don't think anybody could argue.
And that was Rusnick, who went out of the game earlier. He was on the coverage for the Panthers. It's 4th down and ball game here, Mike. 2:21 to go. 4th and 17 for Meadowbrook. They're going to need something special to happen.
I'm anxious to see if Maysville sticks a couple defenders at the sticks, and they have not. So Maysville's going to play a base defense.
Huey, straight back. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw it down the left side.
That's going to be
and it's caught. Nope. They're saying incomplete, but
there's a flag down. There's a flag
down.
First of all, is it a completion or incompletion?
I believe it was incomplete. The back judge said incomplete.
But there is a flag right on the Meadowbrook sideline. Is this going to be he picks up the flag. The Maysville band is playing like they stopped them.
Coach Norman doesn't seem to be very happy over there. And I think they're going to come all the way back to the 30-yard line because it's going to be Maysville ball.
But that would have been 4th down. Maysville still has their defense on the field.
I'm not sure what's going on here because we've not seen a call.
Now the official walks off some yardage.
Now he's walking off a yardage. It's a 15-yard penalty.
Is this interference? We haven't seen a call all night.
And it's 4th and 2 now because it wasn't an automatic first down. Huey going to hand it to Black. Black's not going to get the first down, though. He's brought down at the 45-yard line.
Is there another flag?
And the line judge coming over. Lots of looking around. But it's got to be Maysville football. I mean, there's no flags on the ground, but nobody's. Oh, nope.
There was a penalty.
There was a penalty on Meadowbrook, and it's declined. So that is going to turn the ball over on downs.
Dave, this has been the most confusing game I've ever been involved with broadcasting in terms of officiating.
It's been a tough one.
Nothing is clearly marked, stated, except for the clock.
2:12 to play in the football game. Maysville takes over on downs on the Meadowbrook 45. However, Meadowbrook has timeouts.
They have 3 timeouts.
So they could conceivably get a stop here and get the football back.
They're going to have to burn all 3 timeouts.
Maysville, though, a tight formation. This is going to be runs from Rock. I'm pretty sure he goes to the left side, and he's brought down. He started to run toward the sideline. Unfortunately, I think he was running toward his own sideline, and they were telling him to get down.
Or cut it back.
And that's a no gain on the play, and as we called it, Meadowbrook will use a timeout. So Meadowbrook looking for a miracle right now, Mr. Snively, because they trail by 7. It's 13-6. We've got 2:03 to go. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
And if you're Maysville, you got to play for a first down. You have to play for a first down because if you get a first down, that essentially ends it.
That would end the football game if you can get a first down. Rock seems to be much more comfortable when he's rolling to his left.
I've noticed that as well.
And I don't know if that's intentional. They found something they like in going to that left side, but Rock has seemed very comfortable as he's rolling to his left, either running or throwing the football.
Meadowbrooks went to a 5-3 defense. 8 men in the box, 9 now.
Rock, high snap, he brings it down, he gets it to Will Height. Will Height might get to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a yard. I love how the line judges have two different spots. One's got it at the 45, one's got it at the 44, and the guy that's marking at the 44 wins out. He did get a yard, and there is another timeout called by Meadowbrook, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9. And if you're Maysville, do you dare try to throw it, Mike?
I don't know if you try to throw it, but if you do break through that line of scrimmage, you're probably going to score with 9 guys inside the box.
Yep.
I will say this right now. Meadowbrook's playing to win, and it looks like Maysville's just hoping this clock runs out soon.
Meadowbrook trying to make a play. It's 1:56 to go in the football game. It's 3rd and 9 for the Maysville Panthers. They lead 13-6. They're trying to run out the clock and gain their 3rd win of the season.
Same defense for the Colts.
Rock up in the shotgun. He's going to throw it. He's got a man, and it is knocked.
Incomplete.
It's incomplete.
So that'll save a timeout for Meadowbrook.
I thought it might have got caught, but it was knocked away. He was looking for Landon Iden on a little slant, and it is knocked down, incomplete. So 4th down, Maysville definitely going to punt the football here, but Meadowbrook saves a timeout on that one.
Saves a timeout. The punting for tonight from Maysville has been excellent, although it has rolled into the end zone twice.
Yes.
Now we have another
and
official
we're going to
stoppage.
reset the clock again.
And it's the play clock they're resetting. It's not the game clock, obviously. It's stopped.
All right, 44-yard line. Punt formation. Maysville's going to punt it. And it's almost blocked. Nice pass, or nice pressure put on by Meadowbrook, and it forces a bad kick. Carson Larimer back in punt formation, but Meadowbrook broke through, made an attempt to block the kick.
Well, Meadowbrook's going to have to go 76 yards here in 1:45 with 1 timeout.
Mike Snively, I understand your son is a punt block specialist.
2 punt
7th
blocks.
grade football. He is a punt block specialist.
2 on the year. 2 more than I had in my career.
All right, Meadowbrook, here's their chance to maybe tie or win this football game. Justice Huey in the backfield, and it's thrown across. He had a man, but it's going to be complete for short yardage. That was complete to Michael Ray.
Yes. Yep. Huey with just 57 pass yards.
He didn't get very many there, only a couple. Huey straight back, trying to find somebody who's got it down the sideline, and it's just barely overthrown. He had Braden Black running down the sideline open, but Huey overthrows it, and we've got a timeout by the official.
Seedor looks like he's shaken up. He's going to limp off to the sideline.
So now a 3rd down from the 27-yard line. We've got 1:19 to play in the football game. Huey in the shotgun. Snap back. Pump fake. Now he's looking for somebody. Scrambles to his left. He throws it. Got a man, and it's caught for a 1st down across the 45-yard line. And that was Lowry on the catch. A 1st down. The clock stops on the 1st down. 1:07 to play. It's at the 46-yard line. First down, Meadowbrook. Little bubble screen on the right side, and he is brought down for a loss. Huge play. Cohen Llewellyn read that bubble screen all the way, and that's a huge loss on the play. From the 46, that's going to go back inside the 40, and the Colts are going to have to call their last timeout. A loss of 11 on the play, Mike, all the way back to the 35-yard line.
That almost had the looks of a double pass.
Could have been. It could have been.
But Huey, he is only at 61 yards passing tonight. He has 21 attempts tonight, and that's, I mean, I got to give a lot of credit to the Maysville secondary, and plays like that
exactly
have been huge.
Llewellyn read it that was Landon Iden on the play. Landon Iden, he just read that the whole way, blew up that screen, and brought the receiver down for a huge loss.
And that's going to run Meadowbrook out of timeouts.
51 seconds to play in the game. Meadowbrook looking for a miracle here. They're on their own 35. They've got to get into the end zone and either get an extra point or a 2-point conversion to either tie or win this thing.
Maysville's rushing 3, but they're spying with the middle linebacker. They're spying Huey.
Huey straight back. Got some time, throws it down the left side. He's got a man, and it's caught. A nice catch there. That was Landon Kuhn that went up and got it, and it's on the 40-yard line now of the Panthers.
And they're probably going to try to spike it. Did we have a penalty?
And there was a penalty flag thrown. And Cedar is coming back in the game now. Kuhn is coming out. And
they're going to mark it off.
They're marking it off against Maysville. It's a 15-yarder. Somebody said the magic word, Mike.
Now, I'm already thinking, is Meadowbrook going to go for 2?
I was just going to say the same thing. It's on the 24-yard line. There are 44 seconds to play. Meadowbrook, 24 yards away from pay dirt here. Clock now winding. It's running now, 42 seconds to play. Huey, snap back, straight back. Nowhere to throw, and now he does throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. That does stop the clock, but it's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
33 seconds.
Really, again, nowhere to throw the football there.
This is when it gets interesting. Neither team has a timeout. It's just high school kids playing against high school kids now.
Yes, it is. Huey in the shotgun. Snap back, straight back. He's under pressure. He now runs, and there's going to be a penalty flag. That's going to be a hold, so that play is going to come back. Huey did run for the first down, but the play is going to be brought back because that was thrown right in that area of holding, Mike Snively.
Yes, and it took off 7 seconds down to 26 seconds.
So now only 26 seconds to play in the football game.
Oh, wait a minute. They called this on Maysville.
They called it on Maysville.
Yes.
So what'd they say, hands to the face? Now the ball marked
at the 15.
At the 15-yard line.
No, it's a 10.
Or it's at the 10-yard line. It is marked all the way at the 10. We've got 26 seconds to play. Can Meadowbrook get it into the end zone? 25 seconds. Because there's a penalty on the defense. That's why the clock's not running. Huey trying to find Black. He's going to run it. He gets the 10, 5. He's going to get forced out of bounds at the 6-yard line, and there are 13 seconds to play.
He gained about 4 on that play. And the Maysville coaching staff doesn't think he was out of bounds, but clearly
they want the clock to run. Meadowbrook does not want the clock to run.
And the last thing that can happen here, if you're Meadowbrook, is get tackled inbounds here.
13 seconds to go, and I think we're going to see a couple of plays where you've got to throw it into the end zone.
Well, the play clock is at 10 right now, and Meadowbrook's not even close to calling a play.
No, they're not close. There's 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. It did get snapped. Huey looking for a man. He's going to throw it into the flat.
And that's going to be the game.
And he's caught in play, and he's brought down. The clock's running 5 seconds, 4 seconds. The clock is going to run out before Meadowbrook can snap the football.
Wow.
Maysville wins it. A completed pass and a tackle on the 3-yard line, and that is going to end the football game. An exciting finish to this one as Maysville hangs on for their 3rd win of the season. They defeat Meadowbrook 13-6. Meadowbrook frantically trying to score at the end. And that one ends. And you can't say it's controversial, Mike, because he got tackled in play.
He did, and that's the last thing we said. Whatever Meadowbrook does here, they cannot get tackled short of the end zone.
Exactly.
In play, and it happened.
And that's going to end it. We'll be back to recap all the action here from Southtown as Maysville comes away with a 13-6 win over Meadowbrook. This is high school football brought to you by AVC Sports.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 260-6699. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on. You work hard, you love your family, you do your best to provide for your loved ones. But when was the last time you reviewed your insurance policies with a professional to make sure that you are truly protected? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Don't assume you're covered. Don't put it off until later. Call me at 994-1776 or stop by our agency at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, VH1, TLC, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. And with up to 3 streams at once, you'll never have to fight about what to watch. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows, and save all your favorites with the unlimited DVR, so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere, for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC+. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's philo.tv.
High school football
from ABC Sports
and WILE Cambridge, 107.9 Cambridge, 98.5 Zanesville, NASH icon.
Dave Hilliard, Mike Snively back here at Southtown as we had a thriller here in the fourth quarter. Meadowbrook frantically trying to drive the length of the field to score and maybe tie or win the football game late, but they are denied at the 3-yard line as the Maysville Panthers hang on to win this football game 13-6. And there was a lot of things that kind of drive you crazy about this football game. One was just the overall the stoppages in play by the officiating crew over and over for things that really were not a major part of the football game led to some frustration in watching and calling this football game. But a great effort there at the end. Both teams really put it all out on the line to try to win or hang on to the win of this football game. Meadowbrook obviously frustrated. They were not able to get into the end zone here late in the football game. Maysville obviously relieved that they did hang on. Again, we had sponsors tonight that we really appreciate for the game. Valentine Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, WB Green Insurance, Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, the Rogers Company, Guernsey County Sportsmen's Association, West 40 Auto Sales, People's Bank, Allen Hunter State Farm, Doane Ford, Shriver's Pharmacy, Great Clips of Zanesville, Bicon Services, and Bruner Land Company, all sponsors of tonight's football game. Maysville going to win this game. They did win this game, 13-6. Their record now 3-6 on the season. Meadowbrook losing this game, they fall to 4-5. Meadowbrook will head. They'll host West End. They don't head anywhere. They will host West End to finish their season. Maysville travels down to Crooksville next Friday night to finish their year, and Mike Snively and I will be there for that one. And again, we will be on Nash Icon again next week. We had a couple of post-game awards that we'll give. Mike, are you ready for your stats?
Yeah, All right. I'm ready to go.
I'll turn it over to what's left of Mike Snively's voice as he will break down the stats for tonight's contest.
Okay, first for Meadowbrook. They've rushed the ball 35 times for 107 yards. They threw it they were 15 of 24 through the air for 88 yards and 195 total yards. The key stat there is Justice Huey was held to 88 pass yards on the night. Meadowbrook was led on the ground by Braden Black. He had 92 yards on 20 carries. Huey, as I said earlier, he was 15 of 24 for 88 yards. And the leading receiver tonight was Landon Kuhn with yards. He had 3 catches for 27 yards. And Michael Ray had, this is an interesting stat, 5 catches for 2 yards. So that's a compliment
Wow.
to the defensive play by the Maysville secondary.
Yes, they did an outstanding job all night long tonight in pass coverage.
The +1 player of the game will go to Braden Black. He will win a medium pizza from +1 at one of the 5 locations in the area.
Also, we had a Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game. That's on the Maysville side of things, and Cohen Llewellyn is our winner of the Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game. He had an outstanding game running the football tonight for the Panthers, and he also made some key plays on the defensive side, so he was out there for a lot of plays in a very tensely played fourth quarter, we'll say, as well.
Yes.
So congratulations to Cohen Llewellyn. The Great Clips, great play of the game. You get a free haircut for this one at any Great Clips location in Zanesville. There's one in Southtown, as a matter of fact. There's also one on Maple Avenue, and that's my location, Mike. That's where I get my haircut, is at Great Clips on Maple Avenue in Zanesville. So
well,
shout
I
out.
use Cambridge and Zanesville.
So shout out to the fine folks at Great Clips of Zanesville, and it came down to the very last play of the game. Owen Resnick made the tackle for Maysville that kept the receiver for Meadowbrook out of the end zone and allowed the clock to run out and guarantee that Maysville win. So Owen Resnick, he is the winner of the Great Clips, great play of the game. And congratulations to him. And if he doesn't want the certificate, I could use it since I am a patron of Great Clips there on Maple Avenue in Zanesville. A very entertaining game to broadcast tonight. It came down to the last play, and that's, you want to see those. You want to see it come down and decide at the bitter end. This time it was Maysville coming out on top. They are now 3-6 on the season. Meadowbrook 4-5. Mike, you and I will see Maysville again next week as they travel down to Crooksville to take on the Ceramics.
And that's Crooksville's getting beaten pretty handily tonight.
Yes.
So, but that'll be a good close little rivalry there with the Ceramics and Panthers. Quickly on the Maysville statistics, they ran the ball 47 times tonight for 206 yards. Through the air, they were 9 of 15 for 105 yards for 311 total yards. So Maysville outgained Meadowbrook tonight 311 to 195. And I think my Knights, I won't call it a night for this voice tonight.
Mike
Dave.
Snively battled through tonight, fighting some laryngitis. I will hit one more time for us here. The Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance. Our scoreboard, the scores that I've got right now in front of me. Buckeye Trail leading East Canton 38-9 in the fourth quarter. Danville up on Fredericktown 31-14. Morgan up 62-7 over Riverview. Tri-Valley, they defeated Sheridan. That's a final, 21-9. Ridgewood 49, Claymont 14, that's a final. Toronto upends Caldwell 28-21. Philo beats John Glenn 20-14. John Glenn did lead that one 14-0 at one time. Newcomerstown 26, Strasburg 14, Garaway 41, Sandy Valley 6. Granville defeats Zanesville 45-0. Waterford over Trimble 14-6. Warren 28, Fort Fry 6. New Lex beats Crooksville 38-10. Licking Valley over Mount Vernon 48-14. Barnesville, they keep rolling. Second longest regular season winning streak in the state of Ohio. They defeat the Shenandoah Zeps 55-0. They have won 35 straight games. Beaver 56-0 over Cambridge. Cambridge still winless. Indian Valley 48, Tusky Valley 7, Marietta 24, Point Pleasant 3, Monroe Central 49, Frontier nothing. West M, they keep rolling, 44, Coshocton nothing. And those are the scores that I've got for you on the Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance scoreboard. As for us, 13-6 here at the Maysville Athletic Complex. Wraps everything up as their senior night here, their last home football game of the year. And again, the fine folks here at Maysville, we certainly appreciate their hospitality throughout this course of the season. We also appreciate all of you for listening and watching tonight. I'm Dave Hilliard for Mike Snively. We appreciate you watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
You've been listening to High School Football, a presentation of ABC Sports.